everybody? Welcome to another episode of SEN Live on this lovely Wednesday morning, wherever you're at. Well, it's Wednesday morning LA. It might be Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday evening, depending on when you're listening to us all around the world or watching us as well. I'm your host, John Rocha, sitting in for Christian Harloff, who's handling business for SEN. But we are here to entertain you and take your mind off all the craziness that's going on in the world. So thank you so much for dialing into us today. Let's introduce everybody who's going to be on the show today. First, to my left or to my right, depending how you're looking at it. That's the man over there, part of the Finn Stock Exchange, the former Schmodown Singles Champion of the world, Ben Bateman. How are you, brother?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me on the show today. I appreciate it. I'm excited to be here. I'm on the other side today. Yesterday, I was in your seat. Today, I'm just the color guy today. I'm happy about it.
We're just having fun, brother, man. I love it that you took the tie off and get a little loose. I dig it.
Yeah,
I respect
morning,
it,
man.
Let's do it. RB3 handling things down there. Getting mad at my old guard review, but I respect him. He's a good guy, that RB3. How are you, brother?
Good. Happy to be here today, y'all. Happy to be here today.
Brett Sheridan, you are here as well.
I am? Hello? Am I on?
Yeah, Brett Sheridan's got a pretty big trailer review to jump on us later on. I can't wait to hear what he's got to say. Ben Goddard switching hats, but keeping the personality. How are you, man?
I'm great. How are you?
Get my man some Bulletproof Coffee. Get him awake.
God, please.
And right up there, the beautiful, lovely Kate Mulligan. She put on makeup for us today. I love it. Kate! Well, before we get going on things, first of all, I love Kate's shirt, that Yoda shirt. That's fantastic. We're going to get into some Star Wars
Rock it out
news.
on my chest.
I didn't say that. Whatever's happening is happening. We're going to get into some Star Wars news, get into some movie news, some entertainment news as well in just a little bit. But Kate asked for a little bit of time at the beginning of the show because she thinks what she's got to announce, is going to bring some money into the show. So, Kate Mulligan, the platform is yours.
Wow. Didn't know you were going to say that part.
Oh.
Oh, boy. Okay, so everybody knows that I met somebody named Brett Sheridan a little over a year ago.
I feel like we should have some music playing underneath this.
Yeah,
Yes, go
some
ahead.
gentle music. And everybody knows that first we were just in comedy love, then we were in best friend love. Now I'm in mother love. That's right. I don't need Brett as my best friend anymore because I've got Julie Sheridan, his mother, as my friend. And today, Miss Julie Sheridan, who watches the show religiously because she loves her Bretty boy, it's her birthday.
Oh!
It's her 69th birthday. She graduated in 1969, as she told me. So she's the same age as my mother, by the way, March 3rd.
Right.
Oh, really?
Because my mom's June 13th, 1951. So she's 69 as well. Anyway, bottom line, I told Miss Julie Sheridan we would celebrate her on the show today.
Oh, all right. Are we going to have little segments throughout?
Well, I just think if maybe people want to send in Schmobots or Streamlabs or anything to wish Julie Sheridan, Brett's mother, a happy 69th birthday. I think she's okay with dirty comments as well.
Yeah, sure. I will say one thing, Mom.
Nice.
You don't have to respond to every single person that wishes you a happy birthday. I know my mom, and she loves this joke. She has to resist the urge to send your welcome notes.
Oh, right.
Like it's just like, well, thank you, no, thank you, and then she'll go through the whole comment section. If you say happy birthday, she's going to respond to all of you. Mom, that is very tedious. You can do a blanket statement at the end of the show of thanking everyone. I just want to save you a little time and energy.
Respect.
Go.
And she's good with the dirty stuff. You say, Kate, she's good with the.
I think she rolls with the punches. She's
Okay, all right.
Cool, Mom.
Sleeves. Rocha's rolling up his sleeves.
I'm saying being 69 and being
Just
born
saying.
on 1969, it's all there. It's all there to be had.
Oh, Lord.
graduated. She graduated high school in 1969, but still.
I'm sorry.
Uncomfortable.
I tried to make her younger. My apologies.
Yeah,
My
Jesus,
apologies.
if she was born in '69, that would have been a whew.
Yeah. Woo. That would be her math is incorrect.
Yeah. I was born in '74, so Rocha, we'd have a whole different situation.
Brett's got that Benjamin Button situation going on. That's what's going on. Anyway, let's get into some news,
Yes.
and we'll get into some stuff later on. And of course, remember the Streamlabs, Superchats, the Schmobot. It's all on. You guys love having us back every day now, doing the setup. Thanks to RB3, the way he set it all up for us. It's been incredible. But the only way this keeps happening is if you support the show with your Schmobots, with your Superchats, with your Streamlabs. Do all of that throughout the show. It is turned on, so interrupt the effing hell out of us. We don't mind. Ben Goddard, let's get to it.
Alrighty. Big announcement. Donald Glover could be reprising his role as Lando
Ew.
in a Disney Plus series. So Noah Outlaw was on with our own Alex and Molly Damon.
Yeah.
They were doing a show together with Corey Wolfpack. This is from StarWarsNewsNet.com, and they said that there is a big chance. It's still a rumor. It's not official, so don't clickbait us. Don't comment that. We're prefacing this before we say it, but it's almost confirmed that Donald Glover will be returning to reprise his role as Lando Calrissian for a Disney Plus series. Now, we've talked about this the last few days, and it's come up that would be kind of where we would want to go. Yeah. So what, besides, I feel like we're all happy about this news, but what would you want to see from a Lando series?
It's a good question. It's Lando. He's like the Ewan McGregor of Solo. He's come out of this thing completely unscathed. People want to see more of him. They loved his characterization. So you want to see more. I mean, we had that Lando comic book series that came out, I think, last year or 2 years ago, where we saw a bunch of his adventures with Lobot and other people. So that would be interesting to use as a foundation or a basis, because of where we left Donald Glover. He's right after he's lost that Falcon, and what's he going to do next? So what do you think, Ben? I mean, are you excited about this? What would you want to see?
Are we talking Ben Goddard or Bateman?
Yeah. I'll have to remember that for today.
Legitimately, when that movie trailer came out back in 2017, Donald Glover in that trailer is more memorable than that entire movie. So I think, when I look back at that, I'm like...
He said the tweet, guys! He said the tweet! He tweeted that earlier! He said his tweet!
Look, I didn't introduce that I said that as a tweet. You did that. So I'm not a douchebag. You're a douchebag.
I like that you got the movie release date right.
Or bad, I'm not sure. I think it's great. I think that Donald Glover should have his own series. I think that movie is forgettable, and I think that he was great in it. And I think that when you were watching the whole movie, you were just sort of like, why is that just not the movie? This is just a better, more entertaining, more enjoyable thing. But also, if it's 30 minutes, it's probably better also than giving him an entire movie. So I think it kind of works perfectly.
Yeah, this is not a guy sitting on the sidelines, RB3. He's got, he's Childish Gambino. He's got all stuff he's producing, making, creating, possibly shooting. So a half-hour series here on Disney Plus, does this excite you at all? Would you like to have seen a full-on movie?
Well, it does excite me. It definitely also worries me a little bit because he takes a lot of time in between projects, just as a music artist and as a TV personality. I know for Atlanta, it's always 2 or 3 years in between each season. So I feel like, of course, Disney's going to be a little bit tighter with it. And I'm sure, unlike Atlanta, where he's the showrunner and the star and sometimes director, he's carrying a lot of the load. I feel like, at least with Lando, he probably won't have to do that. I know at one point there were speculations that, Jordan Peele was supposed to direct a Lando movie. There were a lot of reports of them really trying to get a Lando movie off, but I think the TV show is the right approach, especially with somebody like Donald Glover, who, frankly, outside of his work as a musician, he pretty much got a lot of his bread and butter through television, from Community, from Atlanta, even 30 Rock, where he was a writer and he won an Emmy off of that. So it was so he's done a lot of great things. I hope that I hope that this show really uses his talents, and even though he's the star, I hope they do use some of his writing talents and all that stuff behind him. I just love that Disney is just willing to just throw money at black creators or just creators in general. I mean, they were like, oh, Lin-Manuel Miranda, you write songs, let's just get you for everything. Donald Glover, you make music and you're an actor. Be in Lion King, being Solo, being Spider-Man. They'll just do anything for him. So I appreciate it on that level, and I hope it works out.
Yeah. What do you guys think, Brett, Kate?
Well, I just have some breaking news. Julie Sheridan has gone on 2 walks today, and she chainsawed a big branch. She said her new film is Nebraska Chainsaw Massacre. So that's just, you guys know, that's the other breaking news regarding Julie. It's a 2-walk birthday. I love everything Donald Glover does. I think this is I'm sort of wait, is 2020 taking a turn for the better? Is this when the good stuff starts to happen? Because I feel like all of us, I know, but I feel like all we've ever wanted, all we've been saying is that we want a Force Ghost movie.
Yes. And
we want a Donald Glover series.
Have we been saying that?
Everybody. Oh my God,
Everybody.
Check the internet. Force Ghosts are trending. I just feel like this is it's like they've been listening to us. Yes, this is what we want. We want a Lando series or even just a Lando movie. I don't care what it is. We want Donald Glover as the star. We want to explore everything about Lando. End of story. So excited.
Goddard, you look at this situation. I mean, is there any drawbacks to this? Is there any concern here? Obviously, the last 3 movies, people can, have different opinions on, very strong different opinions on. But Mandalorian was really well received. The last season of Clone Wars was really well received. They did push back Kenobi, and they've got that Gabriel Luna Cassian Andor series happening. So does this feel like they're adding extra stuff to it? Do you trust them to handle the right thing here, Goddard?
It just depends because, like I said, Mandalorian works so well because it has nothing really, like, they had Baby Yoda, so that was their connection to, like, the Skywalker saga, and it was, like, the cutest thing ever created. But outside of that, they could make their own lore. Like, oh, we have stormtroopers, but that's kind of it. And I feel like that's why Obi-Wan is getting bogged down, is because it's directly tied into what we know. Yeah. And that was a big part of the controversy of Last Jedi. Is like, no, this isn't my Luke Skywalker, right. And maybe this isn't my Obi-Wan Kenobi. And so when it comes to Lando, he does have his own adventures before we meet him at Cloud City. But are they going to be tied in with the original trilogy? Is it just going to be Reference City? Is it just going to be a bunch of member berries? I love Donald Glover in this, but I do want to see the creative team behind it. But no, I'm very excited for this. I like Solo. It was fun for me. It was a bunch of, hey, Han Solo did this. This is how we did it. Han Solo did this. This is how we did it. But the cast of Solo really sold that film for me. So I wouldn't mind seeing Alden Ehrenreich show up. Unless the last time we saw, I don't know if that's the last. I don't know. Star Wars buffs know more than me. But no, I like this news quite a bit.
Yeah, Sheridan, do I mean, Donald Glover is a funny guy too. He's a comedian. I mean, this could have a social message to it, but it could also have his tongue-in-cheek, unique kind of sarcastic humor, right?
Yeah, and I definitely, when we were talking about this, I'd said I would definitely love to see a Lando series. Other than that, a Yaddle series, but I'm definitely going Lando. Goes Lando, Yaddle, and then
Force Ghost.
One Ewok,
Force
maybe.
Ghost.
Just pick any Ewok.
Yeah.
Force Ghost.
Force Ghost, for sure.
So yeah, no, it's definitely. I think this is something that people want. It's an interesting story. It's not going to be, it's his Lando's role in these films was small enough that you're not gonna I feel like the problem with having Harrison Ford, it's just so freaking iconic that to think of him as younger the only way to do it would be to have younger Harrison Ford play the part. So I think aside from other issues, that was the big thing. Is Harrison Ford is our Solo. So but Lando, I think we can embrace that he would be Lando.
Yeah. Bateman, what's your thought here, babe? Do you see, who would you put your odds on money coming into this series?
Guy donated $20.
Thank you, Guy.
Wait, Ben hates Rogue One but thinks Solo was great. What?
Yeah.
The less said
there's
about
actual
that.
characters in Solo and not a bunch of empty shells running around waiting to die.
Wow. Anyway, as I was asking Bateman, who would you put your money on to appear in this series? I feel like Chewbacca, Jonas Sotomo's Chewbacca, certainly could appear in this thing. Do you see Alden Ehrenreich? Do you see Enfys Nest? Do you see Paul Bettany? Darth Maul. Do you see Akira possibly? I mean, it's not like Emilia Clarke is burning up the feature film landscape. So do you think her coming back could be a possibility for an episode?
I think unless there's a reason that like you said, Goddard with the lore, that they never saw each other again. Unless that's the case, I think it's a 10 out of 10 chance that eventually you see Alden Ehrenreich on the show. Because from the perspective of what Disney's doing and they're trying to build this out, they've just got to use all the tools they have, right? And it's not like Alden Ehrenreich Solo, lit things up and everybody's just clamoring for a second movie anymore. There was a minute where that was a call on Twitter, but that's a great place to use. I mean, he's in a new show called Brave New World. That's his new thing, right? He's not a Star Wars. So I feel like they'll definitely use him. As far as the other characters go, I think it's as valuable to use most of those supporting characters from that movie as it would be to just use new characters, new actors. I don't think you get a lot of mileage out of most of those characters. Maybe Darth Maul. That's the one that if I think there's a lot of love to see him show up, and that's probably the place to use him.
Yeah, and then probably actors what do you think, RB3?
Oh no, I was just gonna say I think going new characters route is even better. Just because as something like Ben said, or Ben Goddard has said, as opposed to something like Solo or Rogue One that's like tied specifically to the Star Wars, to Skywalker saga, you have the opportunity to do something completely different, introduce a completely new world. I know they have the Underground series that they talked about a lot before in the past, and they're kind of implementing some of that into Mandalorian. They could probably implement some of that into Lando too, because it could be a really cool gangster smooth story with Donald Glover as the star. But when you're talking about the creators behind it, I do want to shout out. I hope they give my man Charles Murray a chance to be the showrunner for this. He was in the writers' room for a lot of Clone Wars and a lot of Rebels. He's also one of the writers of the Netflix Luke Cage. So he's done a lot of great TV work, and I think he'd be a great showrunner for this. And he's been attached to the Star Wars universe for a long time. Even wrote a couple episodes of the last season of Clone Wars, so he's still actively involved. So I hope that that Disney Star Wars gives him a chance to showrun this show, because I think a black voice behind the Lando series will be really, really important.
But can I ask you? Do you think Donald Glover doesn't want to be the showrunner? Listen, when you have that kind of control over your own show, I imagine that sometimes it's nice to step away, but there's part of me that's hoping Donald Glover helms this thing.
Yeah. I'd hope so too. He's obviously clearly a big Star Wars fan too. There's that picture of him in high school wearing the Star Wars shirt. If he is the showrunner, I wouldn't be mad at that at all. And of course, they would have a great story team and lore people behind them to give them like all the mythology and stuff. The only thing that worries me about that is, like Disney has shown, like if you don't play in their particular sandbox, they will like kick you off and replace you immediately. And we saw that situation happen with Donald Glover already with his Deadpool series. Like he had the Deadpool animated series that he wrote the entire season of, and they even started working on it, and then FX just like canned it right out the bat. And he was really bitter about that. So I hope that situation doesn't happen with Disney. That would be my only main concern.
Well, it just happened on the film he was on, right? Lord Miller being kicked off as Solo, so certainly he's had that experience already. Would be interesting to have him showrun it, but Charles Murray maybe being his head writer, kind of like showing him the ropes of showrunning a series a little bit and giving him some, just kind of, giving back or paying it forward to see where he goes. But Kate, we'll get some sex scenes, don't you think? It's Lando. We got to get some sex scenes, Kate.
Oh, from your mouth to God's ears. Real quick.
From your mouth to the robot L3's ears.
Figuring out V-necks on Disney. I don't think they're gonna go after some Lando sex scenes.
That's probably true. Wait, Ben, we can't.
Fair enough.
Goddard, we can't hear you, honey.
Oh, okay. I was saying my mic was too loud. Now it's too quiet.
Sorry.
Fair enough. Yeah,
this is why I don't read the chats.
They were talking about your opinions. They were talking about your Star Wars opinions, man. It wasn't about your mic.
You're being too loud. You gotta calm down.
Test this stuff ahead of time?
Brett, can I ask you a question?
How loud am I?
When I started watching SEN, like when you first started coming on, I feel like the joke was that you like had no idea when they would ask you questions about Star Wars, and you'd make comments that were like, but then you just had like a very sensible take on a Star Wars question. Have you had to like evolve now, and so you pick your spots? You pick your spots like when you want to give a reasonable take and when you want to just say some complete nonsense.
It 100% when I had to do it with Christian I was reading the articles, I was really diving deep into it. I was, before, because and he said that I was just basically comic relief, and that knowing as little as possible was helpful. But now I'm like, well, I really need to say something. But yeah, I do choose the times to be a jackass.
like a good assassin. He knows when to go undercover and when to come out and shoot.
I appreciate that you've noticed that I'm
Bitch
trying
donated
harder.
$20. Hey Ben, I really enjoyed following along with your 100 movies you missed thing you did on Twitter. What is one of your favorite movies you discovered while doing this, and one of your least favorites?
I watched I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this.
Explain this real quick before you answer the question. What were you doing?
Back in 2019, I didn't finish it. I got about 55, 60 movies in. I came up with this list of 100 movies I'd never seen. It's kind of like Ben's Blind Spots, or a lot of us have like the idea we want to watch stuff we've never watched before. And I put out on Twitter like a question, like if you were gonna recommend 5 movies to someone that you knew had never seen a movie but you just knew had good taste, what would those movies be? And I made a list of 100 movies I'd never watched. And so it was like a lot of really important stuff, right? Like I watched The Iron Giant for the first time. I watched like bunch of animated movies, bunch of classics, and I was doing like little Twitter reviews of all of them, and it was really fun. I've ended up not finishing it, but I think the movie that I was the most disappointed by was Mulan, the original Mulan. I'd never seen it, and aside from the song, Let's Get Down to Business to Defeat the Huns, which is phenomenal, by the way. I thought that movie was just like super duper, like, this isn't fun to watch now that I'm older. This like, I can understand maybe why this would have been fun as a kid, but I can't connect to this at all. So that was probably the big miss. I can't think of one that I like. Oh, actually, I know exactly what it was. Carol. Carol was like my favorite movie of that year, and I didn't see it when it came out. And that movie is incredible.
That's a good movie.
Todd Haynes.
Is that
amazing.
Yeah, Todd Haynes, right? In that one? Yeah.
All right, really good.
Respect.
Yeah, that one's got a good feeling to it.
Let's get
right,
down
Brett?
to bed.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it does. And that reminds me, Kate, you love segues, don't you?
Oh, this is
Are
gonna be
you
good.
experiencing stress or anxiety, chronic pain, or having trouble sleeping once a week? If not, what the fuck's wrong with you? No, so I shouldn't say that. No, excuse me. But you're not alone. You know, all of us, I think, that's a pretty valid statement that all of us are feeling one of those items lately. Personally, I combine them all into one, and I like to stuff them in one little space. So what did I do? I searched around, I tried this, that, and the other, and I found Feels. CBD has been around for a while, but Feels is a premium CBD delivered directly to your doorstep. It helps you reduce the stress, the anxiety, the pain, the sleeplessness. What's cool about it is that there's different, with the dosing and stuff like that, you can use it for energy, but also you can use it to go to sleep if you take more. And dialing that all in is part of the process. So what you need to remember is that you have to find that dose. So that's why they have this thing called the flight, where you kind of dial in different dosages for you, or you can talk to the online help that they have, which is actually real. You talk to a real person, and I've said this before, my mother called them up.
Happy birthday!
Did a little name dropping, told him that her son, did some sponsor reads for this, and she got some, and she really enjoyed it. It worked quite well, and she really loved that personal experience she had. So it works naturally. There's no high, no hangover addiction.
Donated $20.
So if you join the Feels community, you get it delivered to your door every month. You'll save money on every order, and you can pause and cancel anytime.
When you played your last match, fourth round Rocha. Go Finstock Exchange.
For instance, fourth round Rocha, that's something that is so deeply cutting to him, he should look into Feels so he can let that water slide off his back. Right. So it's helping me feel better, and it'll help you too, Rocha. So you become a member at feels.com/SEN and get 50% off your first order with free shipping. That's feels.com/SEN. Become a member, get 50% off, taken automatically off your first order with free shipping. Feels.com/SEN. Do it!
There you go.
You brought honor to us all.
I've never seen Mulan either.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got some hate in the chat here. People weren't happy about that.
Of course, man. Of course.
Unsurprising.
I'm excited about the live action one, but I don't know if I would visit. If
I could see Wendy Lee just crashing through Ben's window right now, just taking him out from behind.
Do you know that the live action Mulan is probably it'll go down in history as one of the strangest releases of all time, because it had a premiere and it had one press screening, but it didn't open theatrically. Like my buddy Jimmy has a relatively small role in that movie, and I remember for a year and a half, like it was like, it's just gonna come out. Mulan's gonna come out. This is so exciting. I can't wait to congratulate you and see you in the movie. And I like saw him at the premiere on whatever that was, the Monday, and then there was like a press screening I think we were all supposed to go to for like the Thursday.
Yeah.
And the national emergency was Friday. And like I like skipped the My Spy screening on Wednesday, and then Mulan was canceled.
What?
And now like who knows when that movie will ever come out.
You skipped the My Spy
Dave Bautista? You turned around.
It was
turned
the-
off
yeah.
Dave
Tell you
Bautista? Wow.
Those ads are still up all over Burbank.
I know. I love Batista. I was
course.
excited about it, man.
In the Valley, they're still promoting movies from 2018 in the Valley. They don't take them down on those bus stops.
Well, I think someone took a
Kyle
picture of
Bernadore donated
AMC
$20.
Burbank.
Hey Rocha, just wanted to say for your upcoming match against Ethan, I am rooting for you to win. And
Thank
since
you.
this fuels you when you played your last match, fourth round Rocha. Go Finstock Exchange.
It kind of has to be organic. Kind of has to be in the room. It doesn't really work when you're doing it.
Like someone's just gonna walk up and slap Rocha and be like, "Oh, it's for your match. Come on, get pumped."
Yeah, right. Just break into my house and slap me in the middle of it. Get it together. Anyway, all right, what do we got next, Ben? Thank you for that great read, Brett.
Thank you.
We've
It's a
had a
great
lot, like this is another movie that's really been hyped up. The Batman, Matt Reeves' Batman, and like we've had, casting literally everyone in Hollywood apparently as a villain, and just everyone's been talking about it. And Colin Farrell's got some quotes. Quote: "The whole prospect is really exciting. I'm ecstatic to be part of that universe. There are certain words that are part of my internal lexicon, and those words are Gotham City, Penguin, Joker, Batman, Bruce Wayne, Harvey Dent, all of those things. I've been watching the Batman film with my kids, but this script is something that feels incredibly original. It leans into it, but it doesn't borrow. It's born of the mythology of that character, Bruce Wayne, Batman, and Gotham, but it feels like a treatment and a version that I hadn't seen before." End quote.
Yeah.
So it seems like Reeves is chugging the Kool-Aid of Matt Reeves.
Farrell.
Colin Farrell is
Yeah.
chugging the Kool-Aid of Matt Reeves. Are you guys excited about this? I feel like we're going to be reading like these quotes and cast, like it's going to be a while till we see this movie. But what difference do you think Matt Reeves is going to bring to this Gotham universe? Because we've had so much Batman.
Yeah, normally, what else are actors supposed to say? They're supposed to promote the film. They're supposed to promote how unique and interesting it all is. But there are these words that are starting to become common in the responses from these actors. It's this idea that he's dipping into the mythology, but having an interesting new take to it that when you see what he did with Planet of the Apes, it can only excite you for what he might be doing here with Batman. This idea of a detective story, Robert Pattinson saying he's not going to work out that much, and this is more of a more realistic, grounded Batman. And what Colin Farrell is talking about, because he might be Emperor Penguin, this idea that it's it's kind of it dips into the mythology, but it's not a slave to the mythology. So isn't that what we always want when we're talking about people taking on new projects? So this excites me. I don't know about anybody, you guys, but I like what he had to say here.
I love Colin Farrell. Yeah, I'll watch him in anything. Even though
One of those great takes again, Brett. Yes, go ahead.
Even though he didn't hit on my wife that one time. And that may sound strange, but no, he was sitting at a table with the owner of the bar that I worked at, and my wife and her friend were there, and I was like, she was so like into him or whatever. I'm like, you didn't even look at her, you son of a bitch.
That's like in the other guys when they go to that one dude's house and then he's like, and the husband's like, sleep with my wife.
I just wanted her to have the joy of that, but and then I would cut it off immediately.
Yes.
But no, Colin Farrell's great. And I think it sounds like he's genuinely excited to be in it. I mean, that I know a lot of people have to say that stuff, but it sounds genuine to me, and I'd love to see a different take on the Penguin.
Yeah.
If we can find any accounts of Colin Farrell saying positive things about either of the Fantastic Beasts movies when they were in production, which one was he in? He was in the first one.
He's in the first one.
Yeah, then I don't trust him for a second. But if he didn't say anything bad about it or anything good about that movie, then maybe we can take his word for it. I don't know. I think
he was the best part about that first one, though. I will say that.
Yeah, it's fine.
He's the best part about a lot of things, though. I think he's a really great actor. Yeah.
Lobster?
The Lobster, Saving Mr. Banks. He's done a lot of great roles, and I think he's worked with a lot of great directors, too. So I think him saying these words about Matt Reeves is only reassuring. And I think, talking about being loyal to the mythology but not being a slave to it, when I think of that, I think immediately of Harley Quinn. I've been singing the praise of this show forever, but that's a show that literally is so comic book insider knowledge, but at the same time it changes characters just a little bit and just enough to where it's super, super funny and super, super like meta and referential. So I think if they do something like that, but kind of on the opposite side of the spectrum, where it's not like fun and goofy, but maybe they change the mythology in a way that like makes perfect sense to like the lore and the tone of this movie. And again, I love the tone of the Planet of the Apes movies. Those are great movies. So I love to see that tone in the Batman movie too.
Yeah, what you're saying, dog, DC Universe is true. And we'll go back. Ben, I know you got a statement here, but what you're saying about the DC Universe thing is true with Harley Quinn, Robert, because they take it in the direction that you've always hoped they would take it, or that they've always teased to take it in other media. And the fact that they're doing it on that series lets you know that they're wide open. Especially that Joker film too, right? They went in such an interesting direction with that Joker film. Whether you like it or not, made $1 billion. So they're open to new approaches to their projects, to their IP, to their franchises, to their characters. So anyway, Bateman, what were you saying?
No, I guess I was saying that, and I agree with what you're just saying there, Rocha, to kind of add to it. I like Matt Reeves a lot. I also think that your point about Joker is very sound, which is that, like, if you let these directors who have, you know, a kind of a track record go for it and kind of do what they want to do, I think you do get a much better product. I also think that a lot of the things he's talked about that he's referenced using as the source material for this are things that I think are suited to bring a different tone to live action Batman. I mean, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is Long Halloween is like the source material that's been referenced, right?
That's the rumor. That's the rumor, yeah.
And that definitely has much more of that like sort of film noir feel to it that I think is reflective a little bit more of the animated series and at least the look of it. And I think if we got a Batman movie that did something a little bit in that vein, that'd be very cool. I mean, I think that you almost get some of that with Batman Begins, but it doesn't quite dip into that world. It's a little bit more like industrial and real. And I definitely think that would be an approach to Batman that I would really like. And so if that is correct and that sort of Art Deco look is part of the movie, I think that'd be awesome.
Mask of the Phantasm is on Netflix right now, so if you guys haven't seen that is truly like it's hard to say it's the best Batman movie, but it kind of is, because it does deal with like the very noir aspects of Batman and like that retro futuristic feel that Batman like kind of comes with. And I rewatching that, God, it's such a good movie.
It's
it really
so
covers
good, man.
all the bases.
Is that the animated one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put that on for Neil yesterday, and we had to stop it about 2 minutes in. My best decision.
Yeah.
He was like, "Mama, maybe you could watch this one with me, so I won't be so scared." I was like, "We're gonna turn it off."
It has a lot of the stuff that I find to be the most memorable as a kid with Batman, honestly, that comes from that movie. Like, I watched that series and I love those movies, but that series has all these like memories of even like when Batman draws the smile on the picture and he realizes that it's the Joker. These are all things that really stuck with me. The character of the Phantasm, the voice, Batman when he's talking to his parents and he's like crying at the, you know, he's like, why, whatever, I can't remember what the line is, but like that's stuff's
like when he's like I want to avenge you, but like I've fallen in love, like I have a way out.
That's like one of the best Batman scenes. That's like not a scene that's ever been in a live action movie. And
Neil's an idiot because that scene didn't.
Mom, maybe you could watch this with me so I'm not so scared. Maybe you could man the fuck up, Neil.
Yeah.
Mommy's got to do chores.
There you go. Take off that mask, Neil, and watch it maskless. The other thing to look at is, I mean, like we just referenced here, Goddard, I don't think you should be like hesitant to say it's the best Batman movie ever. Many people stand for the fact that Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie ever. So why wouldn't Mask of Phantasm be in the conversation, or people make cases for that as well? I mean, Inman loves that movie, man. When we had him as a guest on the Cinephiles talking about Dark Knight, you know, he enjoyed talking about it, but he's like, Phantasm is the best one ever made. He loves that movie. So he's a DC guy. I trust his opinion on these kinds of things. Kate, are you looking at this movie? Like, are you excited? Colin Farrell, Penguin, all the stuff he's saying? Like, what's your feeling on all this?
Yeah,
you like Colin, right?
Yeah, I do. I mean, Colin Farrell, in addition to the fact that I don't know. I feel like he's one of those actors. Now, I could be wrong about this, but I feel like he's one of those actors who's like actually like a real dude. And I think there's the part of it is like his. Is he Irish or Scottish?
Irish.
It's that Irishness where he's just sort of like, I feel like he got in trouble for a while. I feel like it's just like this is his job, the same way like being a plumber would be a job. I don't think he's too heady about this stuff. I think he goes out and he performs his job, and he's like a normal dude. Like I saw him at like Zoo Lights with his kids once. Do you know what I mean? Like
I've never been to that. Is it good?
It's so good.
I need to go to Zoo Lights.
It's closed now.
I scrapped the show. We're talking about Zoo Lights the rest of the time.
But like, I just feel like I really like him because I feel like he's like, I don't know how to describe it, but like there's like he's gritty. He's just got like, I feel like he's a real dude. He comes in, he does gritty work, and so I just feel like absolutely I'm excited about this. I love what he does. I love that he happens to be a pretty man, but that he doesn't seem aware of that fact. You know what I mean? Right. So. Yeah,
he's had like this crazy renaissance of his career of like, you know, he was doing, you know, SWAT and Total Recall remakes and stuff like that. Man. And then he stopped and did The Lobster and did Killing of a Sacred Deer and did all these like smaller and, you know, Seven Psychopaths and In Bruges. And then now it feels like a lot of these actors, like that's why I'm excited, is like Robert Pattinson has made lifetimes of money from Twilight, never needed to do another big blockbuster film and didn't want to, did all these independents, worked on his craft, and the fact that he came back for this, he knew he was going to get shit for being announced for Batman. So I really feel like this project has to be that good that all these actors that are doing independent projects are like, you know what, this is the blockbuster I want to do.
Totally.
Yeah, well, even-
Also, let's not forget Cedric Diggory. You could just make enough money off
The
Harry
RCR
Potter book
Press
4.
donated $20. Other animated Batman films that you absolutely have to watch is Batman, Under the Red Hood, and the animated adaptation of The Dark Knight Returns, which to me is one of the best Batman
Bless you.
scores in any medium from composer named Christopher Drake.
I know.
And Batman
I know
Beyond, Return of the Joker. Super.
Yeah, that's a
Ooh.
good one too.
By the way,
I like
just-
Under the Red Hood. Yeah, good.
Does anybody else have such have such PTSD that Ben Goddard just sneezed in his home and I got nervous? Anybody else have that going on?
Dude, like when you guys were saying, I can't remember what show it was, but like when you get nervous when you see people in movies, like at concerts or hugging and stuff,
Yes.
like it is ingrained in. I'm like, what are they doing? What are they doing?
I'm like Ben's not wearing a mask. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's okay. He's in his own home and none of us are there.
a part of the pandemic.
Elmo, no.
Oh no,
Elmo,
here we go.
stop it!
Oh boy, here we go.
This is not the deep state, Elmo.
Turn the
In the
hose on,
swamp,
Elmo.
Elmo.
I feel like that Schmobot cut RB3 off. Sorry, RB3.
Get that
Go ahead.
squirt ball going.
I don't even remember what I was saying, so it doesn't matter.
Colin Farrell.
Speaking of
Robert
Schmobots,
Pattinson.
keep sending those in. We got to get a few of these in. Let us know what you think about
Julie
the.
Sheridan.
Yeah, Julie Sheridan. Give her some happy birthday love, for God's sakes. Let us know what you think about the Donald Glover situation. What do you think about what Colin Farrell is saying? Are you hesitant about this Matt Reeves Batman? The fact that they've delayed now, this production is going to take longer. What do you think about what Colin's doing? Plus, I love the fact that Colin likes to troll some of these people that chase him down with paparazzi. The other day, he's walking down the street. He's got a ping.
Oh,
Okay,
lose
great.
Rocha?
I'm glad it wasn't just me.
Okay.
He's walking down the street and he had a pink scarf on.
Yeah.
Pink scarf on. Yep. And I think, and the way the world reacted to it, it was shocking. I think we can all.
was-
Brett,
yeah.
did you agree?
Yeah,
Did you agree?
that's like what?
Yeah, he was, and also he had a pink
That was
scarf
it?
and he had a ping pong paddle. Pink scarf and
Yeah, yeah.
What? There was something else he had though. Goddard, what was it? He had a pink scarf.
No,
a
the
ping
little
pong paddle.
baby Pikachu. He
A
was
Pikachu,
carrying a
that's
He carried a
Pikachu.
Pikachu. Yeah, a little
Yeah.
Pokemon, a little Pokemon, right? A Pokemon.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
poke. Yeah. So that's God.
And he was wearing tap shoes. I don't know, like it's clickety
was
clacking
an
down
odd-
the road.
This was an
Scroll.
odd
I
setting.
told you he's gritty, guys. He's gritty.
real gritty.
Gritty, yeah.
All right,
Making
moving
grits
on.
and everything, you know.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You're fired, RB3.
Hey.
All right, so Ray Fisher is back, and he really did not like Joss Whedon's treatment of Justice League. So Ray Fisher had a little Twitter thread. He responded to Variety saying, as Hollywood commits to featuring more black actors on camera, another question arises, what is being done about the support staff?
Yes.
And Ray Fisher quote tweeted it saying, despite my asking on multiple occasions, my barber, Wade Nembhard, sorry if I mispronounced that, Nembhard, was not credited in any capacity for his work on theatrical version. Wayne worked with us for the entire principal photography process, 8 months, and the majority of reshoots. Says Zack Snyder, he went on a Twitter thread, I'm not going to read the full thing, but he said Zack was really shocked because he was in agreement that Wayne needed credit, and there were other people from, and I think the article saying that he was the only black man in the hair and makeup department, and he was the only one not credited. So, RB3, how do you feel about this?
Fucked up.
Yeah, no, it's the nature of the industry, and it's something I've talked about multiple times on this show and on First Cut. It's really sad and it's sick the way they treat black employees in these major studios, especially with somebody like Ray Fisher, who was a newcomer coming into this Justice League project, had no idea what it was like, as opposed to Broadway and coming to Hollywood. And yeah, it was probably a hard lesson to learn that, they don't care about us here. And, again, I talked about this a lot. There's discrimination on every level and every form in the movie industry, whether it's on-camera personality, off-camera people like, editors, makeup and hair people, as they're discussing here, cinematographers. Again, it goes down to even the issues of lighting, like how you light black actors and how you light, people with darker complexions. There's discrimination on that level. And, even down to the technology of cinema, even if you go to like film school and you learn about like the ways that certain cameras pick up like certain the reason why they have certain settings on certain cameras is because it goes back to like this dated 1950s mentality of like, oh, if you have darker people on screen, you have to use this certain setting so you can able to capture this certain kind of, and it's literally not true, and it's been disproven multiple times. So it's like, you know, the whole system is messed up. The whole game is messed up. Salute to Ray Fisher for speaking out. Also, Joss Whedon has been a terrible, terrible disgrace, seeing the way he's been handling this situation and the way he's handled the situations in the past. Ray Fisher talked about him being bullied on set by Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon not crediting his hairstyle. This is absolutely ridiculous, unacceptable. If you ask me, Joss Whedon should be canceled.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's me.
RB3, do you have any advice for me about when I put on my yellow shirt today and didn't realize it was going to blend in with my skin color? Any more advice for me?
There's a setting for that.
I'm like, I didn't know I had mustard yellow skin, but here I am, and it looks like I'm naked. I've also one thing I'll say is
you and Dwight Schrute would fit in.
Yeah. One thing I'll say, sort of in regards to this, is that I have a girlfriend who is a mixed woman who I believe her father is African American and her mother is white, and but she has very curly hair, and she's an actress. She's been in more movies, and like she's had to show up hair and makeup ready for more projects than you can count, because the hairstylists haven't known how to deal with her hair, what to do with her hair, and that's one way that she has sort of felt like that has been that there's discrimination. So I know that this is a very real thing, and you know, I don't have anything to add to it. I mean, obviously that's wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it's
if white people get to show up and have, or people with non-curly hair get to show up of any race and have their hair done by the hair and makeup people, then that should be also what everybody gets to do.
Especially, you know, and especially for a lot of times, they would have black actors and actresses, but have like white hairstylists and makeup who do terrible jobs of making them up and doing their hair and being like culturally sensitive to what their hairstyles is like. So it's all things that like people can be sensitive to if they wanted to, but they just aren't. And the fact that this was the one hairstylist on set that was black and he didn't get credited is ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. It just further justifies what Ray Fisher was talking about before with the whole Warner Brothers Joss Whedon situation.
I do want to preface that
really
Ray Fisher in his tweet said, to my knowledge, he was the only black man. So
got it.
Ray Fisher said that. I don't know if that's official. I'm not like excusing, but I just don't want to be misquoted. That's right.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for Ray Fisher. I feel like when that movie came out, of the stars in the Justice League, he's the only one who was like kind of hoping for a break from that movie. Like really, it was supposed to be his break. Yeah. Everybody else in the Justice League kind of already had a thing going and other projects booked. And he sat down and was doing press. I got to do a little bit of press with him leading up to the release, and he was such a nice guy, like really, really positive, just a cool dude. And I was like, this guy deserves it, man. Yeah. I'm so excited that this movie's going to come out and his career is going to blow up. And then the movie just bombed. And I've seen him in True Detective season 3 since. And that's about it.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah. And somebody, Tiffany F in the chat said, which I 100% agree with, you have to fight the smaller things to affect the bigger things down the line. That's absolutely true. And I think that's why I commend Ray Fisher for taking on this fight. And I think everybody should be fighting this fight. And I hope that, you know, more people, you know, who are involved in this, like Ben Affleck or whoever, Gal Gadot comes out and at least defends them or says something. I mean, but, you know, again, it's tough to get people behind your back in this industry if you're black. So.
I mean, checked on Rocha. We know he's okay. What's going on?
Yeah, he said his internet froze, but I told him he can come back whenever he wants.
Okay, but yeah, it just seems like, you know, like Tiffany F and what RB3's saying, you got to fight for the smaller things, because he kind of came out with the bigger thing and everyone kind of ignored it.
Yeah.
So it's like I do appreciate, like you said, Ben, like this was supposed to be his big breakout role. And that unfortunately didn't happen.
Stromboli donated $20.
Giuseppe.
A 20-pound electrical panel onto a drywall wall. Any tips? Happy birthday, Mama Sheridan. Also, Kate, I just started The Wire. What's the season people don't like? I really like the first season, and I'm also loving season 2.
Season 5.
Find the stud. You always try to find a stud when it comes to mounting something heavy on a wall.
Or use a wall anchor.
Yeah, wall anchor, but a lot of wall anchors are shit. I'm gonna say this.
I've got the good ones.
I know this is unpopular opinion, but
no, the T.
Listen, I don't want. This is kind of
the wall IUD, if you will, the T shape. You
the
stick
one that
it
comes
in,
out and goes,
and
like
then you open it up.
We almost made it through the first hour without Kate talking about her vagina.
Just saying. Just saying. Neck.
Hey. So there you have it.
Yeah, find the stud. So stud finder, would you recommend?
Yeah, you got to find that stud. I have a funny hair story that is in no way trying to take away from this, but when I first moved to LA, I was in the Val and I walked into a hair salon, and it was an all-black hair salon, and I walked up and I said, "Oh, I need a haircut." And somebody said, the person at the desk said, "Does anybody know how to cut white hair?"
Fluffy Mama donated $20.
Thank you.
Hi,
for
Brett's mom. This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Bye-bye.
Perfect.
This is your birthday song.
And somebody said, "Oh, I think so-and-so does." And we kind of looked at each other with this, like, look, and they were kind of just like, you're not probably at the right place. Maybe you should go down the street, kind of a thing. And it was a lovely, like, kind of mutual look of, like, you know, because I wasn't going to go, "Oh, screw this place, I'm out of here," you know, like, but it was just, I always remembered that. It was just like, they were like, "Sorry, we don't," they were embarrassed, I was embarrassed.
Hey, there he is.
He's back.
Hey.
Jesus.
Back.
So
I get my money back.
Colin Farrell was walking down the street with a puh. What were you saying?
What were you going to say?
Pig?
I know it.
Oh, I was saying Colin Farrell, I think, is trolling these paparazzi people. He is.
Paparazzi.
Yeah, because he is walking down the street holding these penguin comic books, and they're taking pictures, and these other websites are like flipping out. Oh, what's he reading? Oh, that must be the storyline they're looking at or they're exploring, all this kind of stuff. And I bet
That's
Colin's just
funny.
going, "Hey, just give me some random penguin comic book. I'm just going to walk down the street." I think that's what he's doing. Doesn't care less.
We speculated for a good 5 minutes on what the P was, but
What you got? What were the guesses? What were the guesses?
Pink scarf, ping pong paddle, a Pikachu, and tap shoes.
Yes.
Yep.
Nobody said Julie Sheridan. Nobody said Julie Sheridan.
Walking down the street with Julie Sheridan.
Julia with Julia Sheridan.
Hey,
hanging out.
Mom would dig that.
Listen, we know she took 2 walks today, so one of them might have been with Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell, if you could take a walk with my mom, please. She's
That'd be
nice.
She's 69 today.
Do this, robots.
But a couple robots have come in for Julie Sheridan, so there you go.
Good.
True, yeah. Guys, keep sending them in. We do have a few Streamlabs from yesterday that we got to get through, and we will.
Okay.
So let's do a few more news stories. Some quick hits. I just got sent this article. Star Wars Squadron is the next big Star Wars game coming out. Fallen Order was a huge success. Battlefront 2, after initial release, after EA got its shit together, the people really liked it. And Star Wars Squadron had a big launch trailer. I think Squadron and the Miles Morales Spider-Man game is what PS5 is really leading with. Those two are really going to lead. But we got our first review, and I can read this quote. Squadron straddles the line between a hardcore flight simulator and an accessible Star Wars game. So, I've been reading this article, and I'll take...
donated $20. Sorry for the ad interruption. I was not watching live, but Rokano feels before the match. Don't forget to watch the Outlaw Nation interview with the chairman, Christian Harlov.
No problem.
By the way,
Today at
you
3.
guys
Today
never
at 3
have to.
o'clock.
Yeah. By the way, you guys never have to apologize for the timing of your schmobots.
That's all RB3's fault.
Nah.
That's
I can roll with it. I worked it in.
You sure did work it in. But also, sometimes they apologize, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. We're talking the whole show. There's no, I mean, that's
there's
what we're
really no
expecting
other way
Yeah.
you could.
There's no other way to do it, so no worries.
Well, we're all used to it by now. We're all used
So
to
Ben,
it.
the review of this video.
There's not really a lot of pull quotes that I can talk about, but he's seen this reviewer who is Nick Stat played the game, and he didn't play the VR setting, but even so, he was saying trying to evade missiles and doing barrel rolls and stuff. It's very intense. It's very realistic. So when you guys play this Star Wars game, and I'm not trying to I'm still gonna get Squadrons. It looks like a lot of fun. It's a Star Wars dogfighting game. It looks amazing. But how realistic should this game be when he says it's a mixture of flight simulator and a Star Wars game? how intense, how in depth do you want your flight controls to be when you play a Star Wars X-wing game?
I'm braced for Brett. I just want to hear what Brett has to say.
Oh, well, I'm nervous that VR is going to become the norm, and I'm going to be the guy clinging to books, I don't know, because I can't do it. It makes me sick. So anything VR related, I can't comment because I put it on and then I want to throw up. I did one, case study thing where I got $100 to do a fake car test or whatever, and I got done. And I was just like, did you feel nauseous? Yes, I'm going to throw up right now. So please don't make all video games VR. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I felt that way about 3D movies too. I always I'm like a very big motion sick person, and or I actually threw up in the theater in Paranormal Activity, like into my popcorn bucket.
Wow.
I didn't make it in time. Like that Steadicam stuff or hand cam, whatever it is. Here's my question about this. When a video game comes out, it's married to one platform. Is that right? Like this,
some are cross-platform.
It can.
Some
be.
are cross.
Yeah.
So what's the Star Wars game I can play on a Nintendo Switch?
Probably something with Lego, honestly.
God, that's right up my alley.
Yeah.
Perfect. Because I'm not going to get a new system for this, but I really wish I could have played Fallen Order.
Yeah, I think EA has exclusive rights to Star Wars.
So EA is specifically
Sony.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do think I'm super looking forward to this game though. I mean, for me personally, my favorite part of all the Battlefront games are the flight parts where I'm getting to fly in X-wings and Y-wings and things like that. To me, that's always my favorite part. So I'm looking forward to a whole game for it. I know my buddy K, he has a VR system, and I love VR. I mean, I know it's very motion sickness inducing and all that, but if you get used to it, it's so much fun. And I think having something that's flight related is the perfect way to kind of go about it. I know they have that Iron Man VR game.
Productions donated $20.
Hey, Tavishka.
Ishma, sorry. 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 Sorry.
I ain't sorry. I'm sorry.
SEN, the best way to make money is tell people not to do something.
Yeah, please stop saying sorry, everybody. Stop saying sorry.
Why did you tell them to wish my mom a happy birthday?
I know.
You should have told them that she hates it.
Oh, yeah. Smart move.
I gave them permission to be dirty. I thought that would have helped.
Yeah.
No, you gotta say
I'm
don't be
surprised we
dirty.
haven't gotten something I'm surprised we haven't gotten something that's really offensive yet. I keep just bracing myself for Brett's gonna get bright red, but it hasn't happened yet. So
yeah, we're soggy mini muffins at. Come on, soggy.
Oh yeah,
run this down.
Where's Tongue Punch the fart box? Where's that
where's
guy?
Hoggy Mini Muffins?
Yeah.
Oh,
Kate, to add to your point about
let us down.
Video games, and I'm curious to know this because I'm definitely old, and I feel like I don't know if you guys feel
wish
as
you
old
were
as I
old,
do.
but God bless.
But when it comes to video games, I certainly feel old. My all-time favorite video games are Super Nintendo games. That's the stuff that I grew up and I love it so much. So and a buddy of mine and I were just talking recently about Donkey Kong Country 2 and how it's got the best music in a video game of all time. I want to go back and play the whole game through again. Do you guys have the classic game, the old mid 90s game that speaks to you, that's just your all-time game, or does that not resonate with everyone else?
Well,
I still have to play. Winston sent me some Mario Kart 64 times, and I got to play that and beat his times because I'm definitely better at it than Winston. Yeah.
Oh.
He came into my stream and was talking mad trash that he would beat me in Mario Kart. So I gotta go beat him.
We have the Nintendo Switch package where it's the family.
Quit bragging about it.
We have it's the online subscription, which gives you the entire original Nintendo library. Yeah. So Dickie will be. He and his buddy every Friday night will get on the phone with each other and they'll play one of the most random old games. There's a sushi game that they play. But for me, Dr. Mario was just I love that game and I don't know, we've been playing that too.
I don't know when this was, but maybe late 90s or but I loved the Hitman and Splinter Cell and those.
Splinter Cell music is great.
Those were fun. But then for old school, I have the same thing as Kate, and I
stop bragging.
I beat Zelda 1 and 2.
Whoa!
But Metroid is giving me what? How did I beat this as a kid? So yeah.
Oh, Punch Out. Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Yeah, my
That's a
son
good one.
rage
That's a good
quit
one.
that one, and
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, you feel my pain.
The Yama got a 32.
I think mine was
donated
always the Bond
$20.
one, right? The first
What's up,
person
bro?
Bond.
Agree with RB3.
Thank you.
Change has to come from the bottom up instead of people up top making the necessary changes.
Yes.
Also, Kate, how are you enjoying The Last Dance? Thanks for
Robert
the message
Yamagata.
the other day. Also, happy B-Day, Mama Sheridan. Call me.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh.
Call me. There it is.
Shoot
All
your
right.
shot, people.
Call me. I love that Robert Yamagata. Robert was the one that was like, Mayday, Mayday, Kate, Last Dance is on Netflix. And I was like, that is good looking out, bro, because no one that is my friend told me.
I need to.
It is so good. I'm waiting to not like Michael Jordan because I know people came out of this and they're like, Michael Jordan created a toxic environment. I'm like, Michael Jordan made everyone better. Like, it just,
Except when he left the Bulls and they had the same record.
but that's not, but, okay.
Right. That's not Michael's fault. What?
Yeah, I mean, they
Wait,
explain
have you
all
gotten-
of that.
I know. I just like pushing
I'm-
Kate's buttons.
I have to say, like, I also do love, like, I love hearing about, like, Michael Jordan, like, in his second season with the Bulls when they were such a disaster, playing against Magic and Larry, or, like, and they were both just, and, like, Larry Bird being like, I'd never seen anything like that in my whole life. Like, he was like, they, like, did an interview with him after. He's like, I've never seen such a thing. And, like, that Scottie Pippen stuff is so crazy. Scottie Pippen was the 167th best player in the NBA, and he was the number 2 player on the Bulls. It's like, it's insane.
Yeah.
That I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Man, I'm telling you what, female Dwight Schrute, you know what that reminds me of? Office. You've all heard of The Office.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you probably know that there was the UK version, also called The Office.
Patricia
But-
Metz donated
Oh, there's Patricia.
$20.
What else,
Happy,
Patricia?
happy birthday. Happy day.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Miss Julie, for making such a delightful son. Hi to both Bens.
Oh, hi.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't think my mom knows this, but there's 9 other countries with their own versions of The Office. See
I
how
didn't
I
know
got
that.
right back into that?
Sure did. You're on your
you-
game today, pal.
You probably didn't know that because they're in different countries, and I didn't actually know that. I love the UK version. I definitely want to revisit that one. But you can also, access content available around the world with no geo restrictions. So what do you need to use? ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN lets you control where you want sites to think you're located. So you can choose from about 100 different countries, giving your access to content that isn't available in your region. So if you like watching shows or movie, ExpressVPN is a must-have. It's less than $7 a month. ExpressVPN lets you access thousands of new shows and movies on Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, and tons of other streaming services. It's a no-brainer, and it couldn't be easier to use. You just fire up ExpressVPN app on your computer or TV, set the location, and hit connect. ExpressVPN is incredibly fast, and it doesn't slow down the connection, so you can stream content in HD quality with no issues. So see how you can get the most of your streaming services today at expressvpn.com/SEN. If you use the link in the description, you can get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. Again, that's expressvpn.com/SEN, expressvpn.com/SEN to learn more. Almost got all the way through.
Almost. It was so close.
It was good, buddy. Woo! Somebody actually told me, speaking of The Last Dance, I remember when it came out and it was on ESPN, and Roka's like, I'll let you log into mine. But somebody was like, just use ExpressVPN and watch it on Netflix Canada. It's on Netflix Canada already. I was like, son of a bitch.
I'd love to see some different offices. And I told my wife that the UK one, that like the first season or two of the US version was pretty much the same, like a lot of the same jokes and storylines. That
that first season they literally had to like kind of overhaul Michael Scott because like you don't like the British
David Brent.
Yeah. Like he's literally just an awful person.
Yeah.
Like they made Michael Scott like kind of this like dumb lovable dork that's like a really good salesman. And so, like, they had to change, like, his slick back used carsman haircut. And, like, you watch that first season, it's not fun to watch.
Yeah. Have you gotten to the Isaiah Thomas section yet, Kate?
My favorite video game of all time is Donkey Country 2. Also,
Ooh.
STSR Wars Pod Racing is on Nintendo Switch. It's worth a purchase, in my opinion.
Wait, STS Pod Racing?
Star Wars pod racing.
No, I was gonna say Star Wars Pod. Okay, wait, you get to
Farrell
be
donated
baby
$20.
Anakin.
Hey gang, happy Wed Rocha, you're right.
Nice.
I was so trolling the paparazzi with the Penguin comics. Happy birthday, Ms. Julie Sheridan. I have a great interview with the chairman today. Have a good day all. Hi, Brett.
Oh yeah.
Hello, thank you.
Dude, N64 pod racing. If that's the one that they're talking about, pod racing was man. That was like the first time you could like custom build like a pod racer. Oh my god, it was amazing.
Oh, so that's an old game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
But it's so funny
Can you
like
guys
how
Pac-Man Wayne donated $20.
Don't even try,
Oh,
Rogan.
Number
Dwayne.
one old school game hands down is GoldenEye. It was lit as fuck. Happy birthday, Mama Sheraton. When this over, I buy you drink. Turn it's your birthday. It's birthday. Hi everyone.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh,
I will
Was
say
that
this.
on GameCube?
Wow.
No, GoldenEye was on 64. Try and
Yeah,
play
that
it
was the
again.
one.
Those controls are like I was good at GoldenEye as a kid. I tried to play it the other day. Oh my god, like that N64 controller is the worst.
Your hand-eye coordination isn't there anymore for that controller.
Yeah.
All these controllers
Still
now are way
apparently.
too high end. Yeah.
Going to like
That's
around
my-
corners with the silencer and headshots and all that. I could crush
That
you.
was
Ben.
the best.
I'd wreck you at that game.
You're such a joke, Bateman. I would fuck you up at that game. It wouldn't
You
be
put
a
on license
thing.
to kill, any setting you want other than throwing knives.
Of course
Don't
it's
put me in
license to
throwing
kill.
knives.
Of course you need one shot to kill me, you fucking noob. Like, get out of here.
okay.
It is, all right, bros.
Wow.
All right, bros. Calm down,
Wow.
bros.
Ben's probably the guy that hides with like proximity mines in the corner and just like,
I was literally just gonna say I'll play you proximity mines in the facility.
I knew it.
I'll wreck you. I'll throw it
I
on the bridge.
knew you like proximity mines.
Favorite. Remote mines or proximity mines. They're my two favorites.
Welcome
kill
to,
you through
welcome to
walls on License to Kill.
welcome to super nerdy talk here on SEN Live this morning. I'm gonna get
RB3,
God, the
take
bro-
everyone out. This is a
Yeah.
1v1 conversation now.
Bro level just went up so hard. It
King
was
of
just like, out.
All right, we're heading over to Streamlabs, guys, because we got to catch up from yesterday.
do it.
Corey,
Wait,
Corey,
Ben, can you hear me? Can you guys see me? Because I am on my iPhone connection. Because
Yeah, you're
my
good,
internet
man.
went completely out. Okay, cool. Sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Ben.
Slight lag, but you don't let it
Okay.
get you.
Yeah. David Michael. Think I'm in the minority, but HBO Max is my favorite of the streaming services. Sure, it's sad that they didn't have Mandalorian to kick it off, but its library is incredible. As long as they keep their promise of good shit coming, I'm good.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I think they actually
I
have
agree.
a great Turner Classic Movie collection. Their Miyazaki collection is unbelievable. And, yeah, they're adding more stuff. So I think they are a good streaming service on that level. Just not a lot of good originals.
RB3, are you a Miyazaki guy? Like, or do you feel like that's an area that you know really well?
Oh, yeah.
Would
Absolutely.
you ever come on mine and Brett's show and answer questions about it? Could people try and stump you?
I'm not that good at Miyazaki.
Oh,
I have
okay,
seen all the movies.
They got me with some. I said Parks and Rec because I'd already done Office trivia. They did Parks and Rec, and I got stumped a few times.
So if you're not that good at it, we're definitely gonna do
We're
that.
definitely
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Then
Okay.
you are welcome. Then you're welcome with us if you're not that good at it. Okay. Anyway.
PLD, Roxy has been on fire all day. Sorry, this is from yesterday. I'm so happy she's on today. After Lord of the Rings and Guardian of the Galaxy, what other franchises would you love to see different eras of?
Ooh.
I like, again, go back to Star Wars. I want to see like a High Republic, like Old Republic, that kind of stuff.
Right.
I would love to see Star Trek in like the beginnings of the Federation, like right when things were like just starting, when there was like the huge intergalactic wars and things were finally starting to come to peace and resolution. I think that's an interesting story they haven't told yet.
That's good. I like that.
Well,
I
that
would-
was
yeah,
in
Lord of the Rings for me.
they kind of touched on that in Enterprise. That show.
Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't watched Enterprise, but I
The
mean,
RB3, they kind of touched on that on Enterprise. If you ever saw that, going all the way back to where the transition from like who we are as human beings in our society to becoming the Federation, like what sparked that? What was the battle? Absolutely, I'm down with that.
yeah.
Review and Play 23. Doom Patrol is the best thing DC has going for them right now. They need more creative ideas. I hear that's really good. I watched a few episodes. I couldn't quite get into it. I need to revisit it though.
Which one's that one?
With Brendan Fraser, and I know Alan Tudyk is in that.
Doom Patrol, right? Yeah, Doom Patrol. First season's actually really good, in my opinion. I haven't seen the second season yet, but the first season was really, they had to find their rhythm. After the third or fourth episode, they really found their rhythm. They were fantastic.
That's the thing. I haven't gotten there. Like the first two episodes, so I was like, oh, I mean, this is good, but like it didn't like grab me. Garrett A.M. Lee, according to anthropology professor at University of Wisconsin, fingernails are present in all primates to support our fingertips and toes. Fingernails help our grip, and toenails protect our toes while walking and climbing. Gotcha. Thank you,
Roxy
Garrett.
asked what toenails were good for.
Why do we
Not
have
finger,
toenails?
right? Toenails specifically.
Yeah.
Review and play 23. On the topic of blaming media about coverage, if we had a society that valued knowledge, what the media does or doesn't cover wouldn't matter. It's a chicken and egg thing. Did the media make us stupid for ratings, or do we love giving ratings to stupid?
Wow.
Ooh.
Fair point.
Hey,
All
I
right.
think you nailed it.
I feel like that person's got a dissertation there.
Well, that's why, like, I know Anchorman 2 wasn't, like, the greatest movie, but I thought it was, like, a really telling thing when, like, he just covers the car chase, and they're like, why? That's not news. It's just a car chase. He's like, no. Just, like, I'll just talk about it. And that becomes, like, everyone tunes in to just hear him talk about the car chase. I'm like, is this, like, really sneaky good commentary about, like, how media just completely changed overnight? And it was. Like, I was like, okay, Anchorman 2.
Yeah.
What's the Jake Gyllenhaal one, right? Nightcrawler? That's
Yeah.
full on.
Well, if it bleeds, it leads. That's always been a thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, Crime Compton and
Always.
Yep. Spike Spiegel. The Harry Potter universe established that Japan, Africa, and U.S. each have their own wizarding school. Would you rather see a Harry Potter TV series set at Hogwarts or a new school? I want an anime Harry Potter right now.
I want, oh my God. Also, yeah, like Beauxbaton is in France, and like Durmstrang. Like, I'd go to any of those schools. I would go to any of those universes. Yeah. Oh, that'd be
words
awesome.
are you saying here?
I'm reading Neil book 4, which somehow isn't too scary for him. And Durmstrang
Just
and
wait till the
Beauxbaton-
end of book 4.
I know, someone dies, right?
Durmstrang, huh?
Listen, he's, for the record, oh my God, I have to tell you guys, huge news. Tommy Johnson, the tortoise, was found.
Woo!
Yeah, well,
So even though I had to tell my 5-year-old that the tortoise wrote him a letter when the day he went missing, I was like, I got a letter from, I'm like crying. The tortoise is missing. The tortoise is missing. Our neighbor said they saw a hawk. I'm like crying. I know. And I was like,
oh no.
And Neil's like, let's bring Tommy Johnson to be our neighbor's tortoises. And I was like, Tommy Johnson left me a letter that he's going on a trip. And he's like,
Oh.
Tommy Johnson's the best name for a tortoise.
and that's what Neil named him. And then Neil goes, tortoises don't write letters. What happened to him? And I was like, ah!
You're caught! Oh my God.
I was like,
what if he just like started like, and Santa's not real, and you put the money under my pillow? It's like, just everything.
He opens his
was
closet. It's all these red,
exactly.
It's like, he wrote me a letter, and then it's like that scene from Menace to Society. He just looks at you, and he's like, you don't fucked up now.
But that being said, I was going to say that I now feel like now that I've had to tell him his tortoise went missing, even though we got it back, I feel like the end of Harry Potter book 5, there's nothing worse than telling a kid his pet's gone.
Oh, yeah.
So, this kid that we don't know dies in a book, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Enough of that.
By the way, can I
go
say
ahead.
something real quick?
Yeah.
Can we have a Latino Hogwarts for F's sake?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm getting a little sick of the fact that there's no Latino wizards.
Yeah,
There's
let's do it.
People are like, oh, Harry Potter's problematic. Yes, problematic. Also because there's no fucking Latinos. For God's sakes, we are going to be around in the future, no matter what continent you're on or landmass. We are going to be able to do these spells as well. So I'd like to see one in Spain, even,
where
or
would
one down
where
in
would the
South
Wizarding
America.
School
what
the
country?
Latinx where would it be? Where would you want it to be, Rocha?
Latinx, yeah. I think it would have to be either in Argentina down in South America, Mexico, or Spain. Spain seems to make the most sense, doesn't it? Because
So
kind of
funny
that
'cause-
European vibe to it
Yeah,
already.
well-
So I think that would make sense.
So
Yeah, you
here's
wonder,
my
like, how-
question
And
about- this is-
Hogwarts, I'm down.
Like, what are the school districts for Hogwarts like? Like for Hogwarts, like how do you have to be
Molotov
on the
Shrimp
island?
Cocktail
Like,
donated $20. Good to see a nice panel today.
I don't
with
know.
good, strong eyebrows.
Well, no, because like what
except for
Bulgaria?
Bateman. Happy birthday,
Come on,
Mama
man.
Sheridan. Your son is top tier human. Love you guys.
By the way, I am not trying to objectify anybody here, but Ben Bateman's so handsome today. It's very disarming for me.
Today, every day.
I know,
How dare
every-
you?
This guy goes after my eyebrows like crazy. I don't know what it is, but he just likes to go after.
He's so flustered by the eyebrow comment.
Because it bothers you.
This is one of the most consummate professionals, and Jeremiah Morris comes into every stream and just destroys his life, like at the most personal level. But this guy comes in and says an eyebrow thing, and Ben is so flustered. I can't believe this.
Stop laughing at me, Brad.
Stop staring at me, Swan.
Have we ever addressed this on air before, Brett? When you did this Bulletproof thing, and I was talking about you on Action Guys, and I called you Brad by accident, and like everybody's like, hey, why do you just call him Brad? And then I saw you on the show with Christian. You were like, nah, I mean, he called me Brad, but he's a very nice guy. I don't think it was intentional. And I was like, on the show, I was like, I definitely know his name is Brett, but it just sounded like so passive aggressive. It really just sounded like
It's like Ron Swanson, like he calls people by the wrong name in case they get too comfortable. He's like, okay, Jessica.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Jessica thing you guys used as well. Look,
And then I
bring
felt
this
so
up.
bad because you like tweeted at me and apologized. I'm like, no, that's all. Dude, a lot of people think when I audition and stuff, like back in the day, they would think I'm saying Brad even actually because my slow Nebraskan, what's your name, Brett?
I have a neighbor. I have a neighbor who thinks my name is Kay. Like to this
Mulligan.
day, Kay. And I'm like, well, I guess maybe I don't hit the T hard enough. I'm guessing it's my fault, but
Yeah.
I got people who just think my name is RB3. Don't even know I have a
right.
full
Yeah,
name.
true.
Yeah, just not even a full name.
Well, what was it like? People were surprised Janine's last name wasn't the Machine.
The last _ Cinema Sailor donated
thought was the middle name.
$20. Happy birthday, Mama Sheridan.
Yes.
Paintball and big heads on GoldenEye every day. However, once Perfect Dark came out, it surpassed it and then some, although always overlooked. Sup, Rocha?
Nah.
I absolutely love the Cine Files. Army sucks, go Navy. Hey, Brett.
oh,
Thank you.
I love the Navy.
Perfect Dark was a good game for sure. All right, Roxy's
I'm an
Hog.
Army guy, so you can't say. Hold on, I want to say something here. Rachel Silvestrini's in the chat. She said, "Hey Rocha, Harry Potter takes place in the past." What the fuck are you talking about? Who cares? They're not cavemen. They're wearing nice clothes, so there would be Latinos in the past, for God's sakes. I mean, what are you talking about?
I think she's just because you said we're going to stick around. I think she's just calling you out.
I do, but like back to the rules of Harry Potter. It seems like if you are in the UK, you go to Hogwarts. If you're in Eastern Europe, you go to Durmstrang. If you're in Western Europe, you go to Beauxbaton, right? So then I'm sure like if you're there must be a South America school. There must be What's the American wizarding school? Great question.
Good point.
It's like I had it for Inner Geekdom. It's got a weird name. American.
I don't know what it is, but I know they're doing distance learning. But the Durmstrang and other ones are going to actually have kids in the class.
Ilvermorny.
Oh,
They did the right thing. The Australia. Oh, sorry.
Are all the pretty girls in blue and Goblet of Fire? Are they all from Durmstrang? The ones?
No,
they're from
Beauxbaton.
Beauxbatons.
Yeah.
Those are from
Beauxbatons.
France,
Yes.
right? They're French.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The
It's
Villa.
Ilvermorny. Ilvermorny is the American school.
Ilvermorny.
Oh, Livermorny. That's terrible. That's a terrible name.
Oh yeah. No Madge. Good job, JK.
Yeah, the
good job.
The nomad.
That's the unobtainium of Harry Potter right there.
When do I get into the American school? What book?
It's not. It's in Fantastic Beasts. When he goes to New York, he's like, "Oh, I go to Hogwarts," and she's like, "Oh, Ilvermorny's better."
But my question is, I thought the Potter movies took place in the 90s. Like, are they not? Like
They're in the 90s. Yeah,
They have Latinos in 90s. In the 90s.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Are you
Silver
sure,
Street is
RB3? Have you done your research that there were Latinos in the 90s?
I mean, maybe they just started existing. I don't know.
Yeah,
Give me the chart on that. Latinos
We've been
in the
around as
90s.
long as you. I don't know, Roka. This sounds like fake news conspirasi theories.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
man.
there's a pandemic going on.
Don't come for La Raza, Holmes.
I do wonder because, like, in the Harry Potter books, like, you know, they're sending owls and stuff like that and writing with quills.
Yes.
But that was before cell phones. Are they, like, nowadays, are they like, do I have to send you an owl? Can I send you a fucking text message? Like,
I've wondered this all the time. They have a wand that can do anything, but they've still got quills? Come on, people.
Yeah.
By the way, Roka, I'm going to just real quick check with, I'm going to call Hector Navarro and see if there were Latinos in the 90s.
Ask Roger
Hector?
Smith what he thinks about it. Yeah. Okay, Hector Navarro.
I think the thing that I'm really intrigued with was that whole story that people used to just poop in the halls and then wand it away. Wasn't that a
until plumbing was invented, which apparently wizards can't invent plumbing. They had to wait for muggles to do it. They shit themselves. They didn't like shit in the halls. They just shit themselves and then cleaned it up.
Castelo Bruxo is the name of the Brazilian wizarding school where most South American wizards go.
Brazilian.
I just wanted to hear the schmobot say that word.
Hasselbruxo.
Ridiculous.
You just got
First of
dunked
all-
on, Roka. You just got dunked on
That's
so
a
hard.
dunk. Yeah. You just
Why
got
is that a dunk? I don't understand. Because first of all, they don't even speak fucking Spanish in Brazil. It's Portuguese that they speak, not Spanish.
Oh,
That's
dunk!
bullshit to put it in Brazil.
the question, Roka?
Wouldn't you know it?
You said you
He
wanted.
just Uno reverse card that motherfucker right there.
Roka, you
Balls in his face. He just put balls in his face.
But Roka, you said you wanted a Latino Harry Potter, and the Brazil.
Argentina, not Brazil.
You
Not
said
Brazil.
you said there were no Latinos in Harry Potter. Is
Yeah.
Brazil not considered Latino?
Not really.
And then
It's 'cause
you said it could be in Spain. Are Spaniards not considered European?
well, Spaniards are European, yes.
You're just saying you want somebody to speak Spanish as opposed.
I just
to
want somebody to
Latino.
speak Spanish. Yeah, that's it. I mean, like, because we're not going to get much in the Harry Potter land, so let's just get it to the point where we can speak Spanish. Then we'll worry about everything else after that. But don't put it in
Okay.
Brazil. Brazil's the cop-out place to put it in because it's the biggest country in South America. But they speak Portuguese. That's their national language. So, you know, there's a kind of like a unwritten rule or kind of overt rivalry between the other South American countries and
know where
Brazil.
you know where it
because
is?
They have Spanish first.
It's in Cochabamba, Bolivia. Boom.
Damn right it is. Where my dad was born. That's where it should be.
There you go.
All right.
We got derailed on that one. That was fun. Roxy's Hog. Hey guys, great show. Sorry to bring it up again, but Old Guard was so disappointing. Every character was depressed and had no personality. At least Extraction was non-stop great action. Sorry, RB3.
RB3, do you have any choice words for this gentleman?
Not today. Not today. I know we got a lot.
Review and play 23. In a regular season, every player should be guaranteed 2 matches per season. The rest is up to wins. I agree with that. Giuseppe Stromboli. You summon me? Harry Potter changed for the day. Giuseppe Stromboli has 2 assholes, and Ron is now a 42-year-old mudblood wizard named Karen. Hey, you can't say that word. Karen, you can't say the other one. Bojax, to clarify my earlier statement, I meant if Lionsgate negotiated with an existing streaming service for a Hunger Games show. Also, I've watched Apollo 13 and BVS Ultimate Edition during quarantine. I'd be down for a Hunger Games. I'd be down for a Hunger Games series. See how they got to there? I'd like that.
Yeah.
Can I just go back to the comment just 1 second ago, just to make a quick comment about the 2 matches per guarantee thing?
Yes.
I just think, like, how can you guarantee all players 2 matches? If you bring in a rookie and they're like a kind of like fringe nothing rookie who and they lose their first match, why would they get another match? What would in what
Why
world?
are you just use Bonnie's name?
No. Bonnie is a person of significance, right? Like Bonnie is like somebody who has a
I know, I
personality on
love
the
her more than
show,
anything. Yes.
and she's like well loved. I'm saying like if you're like a fan leaguer who's like very fringe, and maybe you get a spot and you barely make a roster, and you happen to get 1 match and you lose it. There's just too many players. Every team has 10 players now. Like there's no chance that two matches per could be guaranteed.
Can I ask you something, Bateman?
Possible. Yeah.
Did you win your first match?
I won my first teams match. I lost in a 5-win my first singles match.
Okay. I just realizing to get your first game out. I guess what I would say is if you're a rookie, you should be able to have 2 matches because I feel like that first game you have to play, you could know everything in the world, but like just actually playing your first game is so, I can imagine, daunting. And it's more than just your knowledge. It's your access to it in the midst of nerves, in the midst of Mark and Christian talking. It's like, so I guess if you're somebody who's been around for a while and you get your first match of the season and it's not your first match ever and you lose it, I could get behind, like, yeah, you don't get another one. Like, you have to win your first match. But I really feel for any rookies. I don't think your first game as a rookie is who you are or what you're capable of.
But Kate, really, it depends what you bring to the table, because it's not just about you get them. And I promise we'll move on from this because this could devolve into a whole conversation. But it's not just about what you bring to the table in the actual trivia match. It's how do you present yourself when you're on camera? Do you have a character?
Yes.
What's smack talk? How did you
Yes.
play? Well, how's
Yes.
your post-game interview go? What's your relationship like to your manager? Do you support the faction? Like, there are so many things that will guarantee you that second match if
Right.
you lose your first one, if you do all the other things right. You don't necessarily, but if you come in and you're like that person and you just lose the first match, you're not memorable, why would the league spend its time giving you another match? That's what I'm saying.
No, yeah, you're right. It doesn't just come down to your performance, like at trivia, but like look at Warfather. Warfather's going to get more matches, and he just got KO'd by Greg Alba, and then lost in his 3-way, but he beat Claudia Dolph. So like he's had like a kind of varying career, but he's such an over the top amazing character that we want to see him. And same with like Barbarian. If Barbarian had lost his first match, he'd still get another match. Because he had such a great character.
Here's the deal. It was easier when we first started because there were less people. There's more people now, so you got to come into the game, and it's like finding that basketball court that everyone wants to play at. If your team doesn't win the first time around, you're not going to get on that court for another 2 hours. And that's how it works now in the Schmodown. You got to come with a character, you got to come with your knowledge, and you got to try to win those matches, or else you're not going to get there because the game has elevated. So you got to step up. Just showing up, just being, oh yeah, I'll be a part of it, that doesn't work anymore. Now you got to come, if you want to have your matches, you got to come correct and have everything, and be pestering Christian. You got to pester Christian. That's part of it as well.
You got to pester. No, you
I'm
got to
sorry,
pester.
that is.
You have to pester your managers.
Yeah, that's why I got the manager.
You pester your managers.
Yeah.
This year, you pester the managers. But in years past, people have pestered Christian to get matches and get situations. And that's part of the game as well.
I maybe misunderstood what Bateman was saying. Bateman, you're not saying...
Lucas Shashek donated
Thank you.
$20.
Thank you,
I
Lucas.
wouldn't mind seeing an official Twitch rookie/minor league even after we return to normalcy.
Yeah.
I'm all about that. I think that would absolutely kill.
Love that.
All right, Adrian Bailey.
Oh.
Hi again. Thanks, Christian, for changing the time for Outlaw Nation. It's airing at 11 p.m. instead of 2 a.m. over here. I don't have to wait up till 3 a.m. Thanks.
Yeah, it's going to be fun today. 3 p.m. PT, me and Christian Harloff. Look, I've never interviewed Christian, so I don't know where we're going to go. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to be said, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We did our one-on-one back when we were at Collider. That was a really fun and emotional conversation and enjoyable conversation, so hoping I can do the same here. So if you're a fan of the Schmodown, fan of Christian Harloff, come. You know, all bets are off when we get into it, so it's going to be a fun conversation. 3 p.m.
Pac-Man
PT
Wayne
today
donated $20.
on the Outlaw Nation
Don't
channel.
feel bad, Rocha.
Go there
Every
and
time
take a
I
look.
watch the Flintstones or the Jetsons, I see black peoples and Hispanic people don't live in the past or future.
Yeah.
And what's the commonality in that? All white showrunners. What a surprise! Can't have no black brown people.
Okay, what are we gonna go say about the?
No, I
Schmodown
was just.
stuff?
I thought Bateman was saying no matter what, if you don't win your first match, you shouldn't get another. I understand now. To clarify, you're saying if you're charismatic, if you're somebody that people want to see again, you could get a second match. But if you don't come in another area, okay, I got
But
yes,
I'd
I
be
agree
fine
with
if
that.
it was like a teams match. If that was your second match, then that's your second time, and you better win that.
Yeah.
Because it is tough. Like, even me coming around the studio, because you're meeting, maybe like online it'd be different if you lose your first online. If we do these Twitch matches, then maybe okay, we might not see you again. But when you show up to the studio and you see all the online personalities you watch, oh, the action guys are here. Oh, Christian and Mark are here. Ken, Rocha, Dan Merle's there. And then you have to go up and on the stage and the lights while 20 people that are all playing along and being like, oh, I got this one easy. Everyone mouths oh yeah, it's easy. This 5-pointer, it's not a 5-pointer. It's oh shit, I should have gotten that right. So it can be tough. But I get what you're saying too, Ben. Review and play 23. I want you not to be in the tournament, Rocha, but if you are, I hope you are. Rocha versus Jeff. get those points, top 10. Oh, wait, I read that yesterday.
Yeah.
Is this your only competitor who might have?
Is that from the Schmoedown backstage or from?
Yeah, that's right. It's from backstage. So
sounds
we're
like
done
backstage.
from yesterday.
Woo!
We did it, guys.
Nice.
Half
an hour left in the show.
Glad to see my man Kaiser.
By the way, people, we have over 800 people watching, and yet we still only have like 312 likes. People, please go and like this video. Let's push it up to 500. We need 500 likes every single show at the bare minimum, but we can do more. So just keep liking this.
Otherwise, Brett and I are going to be just texting each other after this, trying to unpack why no one likes us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on.
Brett. Do we have another reading? Do you have another ad to do?
Great.
Yeah, let's
segue,
talk about some
Rocha.
bulletproof coffee. 'Cause I need to wake up.
Speaking of coffee,
Do it in Spanish, for God's sake.
yes, I can't. Bulletproof Coffee, great sponsor. I have it. I should have grabbed it. I legit drink this stuff. It is amazing coffee. They have whole bean, ground, and even the K cups. It also has health products like protein bars, fiber supplements, and it's really, really easy to use, especially for iPhone users. You click the link in the show notes, and you click on a box of K-Cups or whole bean or ground and buy with Apple Pay without setting up an account or anything, address or credit card or anything. It's extremely well designed, especially for iPhone users. Shipping is free with orders over $35, and shopping Bulletproof from the link in the show notes is a great way to support the show. And legit, this is good coffee, and I even do. They don't mention it, but I have the MCT oil, I make the bulletproof coffee with I put some ghee in there and all that, and it really is, it gives you a boost, and it kind of, an appetite suppressant too in a way, and man, it gets me jazzed. It's supposed to help your brain too.
Dude, all those pictures that you guys are putting up there, like I'm watching the show right now, that coffee in that glass, oh my God, that looks so good.
Yeah, it's really yummy. I've got it. It's in there, but you just have to take my word for it.
Hey, Blake! Bring Daddy his coffee!
Okay.
Blake!
Or he would say, his new one is...
Blake!
Nope. Oh, thank you.
Alrighty, so we are on today. Eric, 1 out of 2. Just watched Greyhound. Was not looking forward to it because of all the horrible trailer, but the movie surprised me. It's a decent, entertaining war movie. Rather short at 125 minutes. Wow. But with almost non-stop action, it was okay. Tom Hanks, good as always. Think Greyhound could have had at least 10-15 minutes with some more character development, but it's fine, I guess. I think some of the CGI looked like a game, and the U-boat effects annoyed me, but the worst was the German talking, so fucking cringe, not needed.
Yeah. No. I agree with that. So I did watch this 2 weekends ago, and my big issue with it was that I felt like as a war movie, it was great. Like, there's great action sequences, and it's such an interesting story, but they really tried hard, and I didn't realize, like, Tom Hanks had written it. This is what I'm sort of like, stay in your lane. But just because they imposed this story of, like, before he goes off to war, he proposes to this woman, and she says no. And then, like, we're supposed to care. We see her for 1 minute. It's Elizabeth Shue. We see her for 1 minute in the movie. And then, like, he wears the slippers she had given him for that Christmas. And, like, we see that he has her picture. I have no connection to this whatsoever. I don't care that he's wearing her slippers. I don't care. Like, Dickie and I were like, we don't even want him to end up with her. She just, like, said, no, go to war. If you come back, I'll marry you. Like, we don't like her. We don't care about her. But I do have to say, it was incredible. The script was incredible in the sense that I would say 95% of the script is just, like, sub commands. It's just like them being like, Captain 54 and over the, like, I couldn't even do it. And it's like, I'm like, how did they even memorize this? So it's incredible action sequences, and I wish that movies could sometimes just be like, here's the story of this convoy that was going 48 hours or whatever it was unguarded, and they had to get these things, and the Germans came. But, like, yeah, then they have, like, these Germans, like, broadcasting, I will kill you all. It's like this weird, and, like, maybe that's what they did, but it was a very, very strange thing that they kept getting over the radios. Like, and Kate, you will die today.
You just gave everybody the perfect thing. If you see a really bad play or something, the perfect thing is to go up to the actors and say, "Man, you memorized all those lines." Like that's a good way to not have to talk about their performances whatsoever.
Oh, wow.
Good work.
I've never been good in a play, that means, because that's all I've ever been said. Right?
That's like me whenever it's like I'm trying to struggle to find something good about a movie. I'm like, yeah, the camera was in focus.
What do you think about it, Rocha? Since we're on the subject,
I liked it a lot, and I agree with Kate. There is not enough character development for Tom Hanks and the Elizabeth Shue relationship. And the thing is, the book itself, the novel, really delves into the fact that this guy is really insecure about the situation. He's got some self-esteem issues that he's struggling with, some mental health stuff that he gets because he has bouts of depression in the book as well. So it's for 1955, I think is when the book came out. It's pretty advanced in the conversation about what might have been going on emotionally for a guy like this who was put in charge of this. But none of that is really explored. You do catch looks that kind of infer that from the other crew members, that this is his first time and that they don't 100% trust him. But you'd like to have seen more. That being said, though, the action sequences are phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. It makes it feel like you're actually on the boat the whole time. But this is why you cast someone like Tom Hanks and Rob Morgan and Stephen Graham, because these guys are going to bring their own inner life as really good, seasoned professional actors so that you can connect to these characters even though you don't have much to work with it going into the battle sequences. But overall, it's a tight 90-minute movie. You're in and you're out. So I like it for what it is.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that runtime. That's crazy.
Also, Chet Hanks is in it. He is, I swear to God.
Booyakasha! We take it on the Nazis over there.
Oh, yeah, boy. Nazis Dan.
Me, Chetna Hanks. Where's my dada?
Watch the Gus, watch the no.
We got 2 torpedoes in the water there, Capitan.
John's donated $20. Happy B-Day to Mama Sheridan. We share the same B-Day. Hi, Brett.
Hey,
happy birthday, John Z.
Birthday
as well.
yeah, happy birthday, John Z.
Suge Knight
Go
32.
take 2 walks.
Cinema Sailor donated $20. Hey, gang.
Cinema Sailor, I love it.
I'm stoked for your interview with Kristen and the New Files episode covering Patton. Other than London, what is your MTSD overseas live event wish list? Once I'm back stateside, I'm looking forward to being at a live event post-COVID.
Well, not necessarily overseas, but I would love to go to Toronto.
Australia.
Toronto's good.
Ooh, yeah.
All I want is to meet Anthony Nugent in the flesh.
Yes.
That's all I want.
Yes.
I will give him $20.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll just take turns in the conversation just giving Anthony Nugent $20.
Get some cheesecake from that place.
Oh, yeah.
I would...
Me too.
Because I'm a huge pro wrestling fan,
Oh my
do
God.
it in the Tokyo Dome in Tokyo, Japan would be incredible.
Tokyo would be
doing a
cool.
bullfighting arena, I think would be awesome too.
Okay,
right?
then no retiring, Rocha. You can't retire till we get to Japan.
Ben Bateman knows I'm gonna retire very, very soon. I
It's
can't
not
take
gonna
it
happen.
much longer.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I
It's not gonna
legitimately,
happen.
Rocha, I legitimately think you are the guy that will never retire. I know you say you might. I know you say you will, but I just think that I don't think there's any world that we live in which you look at the league and you just go, I want to watch a whole season.
Sheridan donated $20.
Oh, my
so
Lord.
Happy it's Julie's birthday. She's a wonderful woman who had a great son. We need to make her birthday special. Where can I send the strippers? I got her a real nice pair of wire strippers for her birthday. I would also get her naked. It's great for you.
Wire strippers.
No,
That's
come
great.
on now.
Getting inappropriate
Someone
now.
else donated $20.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes.
Can I get drunk? Brett wishing his mom a happy birthday with a speech about how great she is.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh my
Okay, we're
goodness.
going to end the show with that for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a lot to get through, guys.
Okay,
so
sorry.
let's
My
focus
my
up.
lips are zipped.
Morning crew, just wanted to shout out the Bandit Brigade for being such a great group. The Discord is amazing. Be in there as something for everyone. The mod group is also amazing.
Call Sign Thrasher donated $21. If I see the boss, I gotta donate.
Hey.
It's that simple. Everybody subscribe to Nerds in Suits.
Hey, thanks, man. Call sign Thrasher, salute. Love that. Thank you.
The mod group is also amazing, led by amazing mods, Heather, Brandy, CB, Jer, and of course, Beador. Thank you so much, Shug. Sirlot Attenborough, hey guys, serious question. I planned a vacation to see family in Seattle back in February, and now feeling conflicted about going. I live in Chicago and have not seen family in almost a year, and it's killing me. Gotta make a decision by tomorrow, should I go?
No. I just say no. I don't think I think Chicago right now, if you can work it that your family can come to you in Chicago, that is the better option right now. No shade to Seattle, Ben. It's my favorite city in the United States, but I feel like this coast, we just don't have our stuff together right now. And I just think I'm also in the same boat. I desperately want to see my family. I desperately wish they could be here. My boys are growing up and nobody's seeing it. But I just think right now you just have to stay put, stay where it's safe. What are you laughing at, Rocha?
Eric Lane, Rocha will compete as a Force Ghost when he is gone.
Yes! I told you that everybody wants this, Rocha.
Right, you're right.
John, when I'm sitting there thinking about repeating a question, and I look over at you, and you just like appear, and you just nod at me.
Yep.
That's gonna be everything for me. That'll be everything for me.
Sugar Knight 323. Huge shout out to Ben Goddard for giving us fans the brigade. He has been great to all his fans, being an example of the community and showing us we can work out well playing video games. Yeah, that was fun. Now let's get those team belts for the pride. # Bandit Brigade. Thank you so much, Shug.
Jesus, sweetheart.
Calm it down, Shug.
Matt Chapman, happy 69th. Nice birthday to Brett's mom. Charlotte Attenborough, happy birthday to Miss Sheridan. I remember watching you and your son on the Old Schmoes Know, and you are awesome and a great mom. Keep being you, stay healthy, and wishing you a blessed birthday. Hi, Brett.
Hello.
156 Impulse. Hey guys, here's a crazy story. I work at a restaurant, and this morning someone came in for pickup and wasn't wearing a mask. The hostess got scared because she has kids. We had to tell the woman to wear a mask, and the woman said she has rights. It was a mess. Oh, God, I hate people.
Jesus.
I guess here's my question: does anybody, when a convenience store says no shoes, no shirt, no service, what happens if you go do people come in and say no, I'm not going to wear a shirt because I have rights?
I immediately stabbed everyone in the place when I saw that.
You sniped them.
Yeah, I just went in and just started stabbing because I'm like, I have a right to have my filthy ass feet in your store. So,
but I guess that's just my question. It just seems like it's the same principle.
It is.
It's the same exact principle. Do people have issues with no shoes, no shirt, no service?
Kate, stop making sense.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Let's move on. Next question.
Adrian Bailey, happy birthday, Mrs. Sheridan. Have a good day. You raised a good man, and Brett, thanks.
Thank you.
Andrew G.
His mom's birthday.
Lando season 1 said it before Solo with him and L3 on the Falcon, ending on a high note with everyone going well for him. Season 2 started right after Solo with him down on his luck, no L3, no Falcon, and works its way up to Cloud City. I like it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Matt Z. Reed, happy birthday, Mama Sheridan. 69? Nice. That's all I want from these B-Day messages.
Yes. Yeah.
If you don't put nice at the end of your birthday wish, you're doing it wrong. D-Train, I'd rather see Donald Glover reprise his role as Aaron Davis in the next Spider-Man movie and eventually become the Prowler. Same.
Ooh.
Absolute same. Charlotte Attenborough, I would love to see a Lando series take place after Return of the Jedi and explore a new part of the galaxy with new characters and a fresh story. That would be my choice. I'm down. Matt Chapman, 1 out of 2. Let me find the second one. There it is. In the Childish Gambino song Hold You Down, Bino says, I won't stop until they say James Franco is the white Donald Glover. I would say that 9 years later, Franco doesn't even belong in the same conversation. When it comes to geniuses, Donald Glover and Lin-Manuel Miranda are my guys. I'm interested in seeing seeing who EGOTs first. Though Lin-Manuel was robbed for How Far I'll Go from Moana, lost the Oscar to City of Stars, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that.
I probably Lin-Manuel Miranda will probably be the first to get an EGOT. I probably think I know he's doing an animated film for Disney right now that's set in Colombia, if I'm not mistaken. So he might get a good chance of winning a Best Original Song Oscar for that. And I definitely put Donald Glover in a higher tier than James Franco personally. And,
without a doubt.
Yeah. And I put him in Jamie Foxx tier personally, and I put Jamie Foxx as like one of the top guys. So
wow,
I can't do that.
Yeah.
I put him above Jamie.
I think I put him above Jamie as well.
I don't.
Yeah, me too.
Jamie Foxx is the only actor who got 2 Oscar nominations in the same year. But
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
So
You mean the only of that group you're talking about?
no, I mean only period. Like I think there's been fringe other examples, but he's one of the few ever to be
that
nominated
has like
twice.
the two in the same year.
Two in the
there's
same
a
year.
handful, but yeah, it's impressive.
I think he's the only one who actually won one of the two too. So
He also did Ray Charles as good as Ray Charles. Just want to put that out there.
Great.
yeah.
I still put City of Stars over that one. I like that one a lot.
I hate that song.
We know, Rocha. We get it.
No, thank you.
Cody Allen. I was so excited for Glover's Deadpool show as both a Marvel and Community fan. It could have been like Harley Quinn show. Oh well. Also, happy birthday to Mama Sheridan. Thanks for the crew for the escape. Thank you, Cody.
Oh, thanks, Cody.
Spike Spiegel. Happy birthday, Julie Sheridan. 69 years young. Same birthday as Alex Trebek. Wow. Happy birthday, Alex Trebek.
Good to
know
see
that.
him living to another birthday with that cancer diagnosis. So
Yeah, I was
shout
going
out
to say,
Alex Trebek.
yeah. Villanelle. Bateman looking like a whole snack today.
Yes.
Come on.
We're not supposed to. I know we're not supposed to say that, but why is that your muscles? My goodness, greatness.
She's good.
Come on. I'm wearing a shirt and a hat. I look like I rolled out of bed today.
Yeah, it's
I
that
know.
It's that
We
camera.
wish you
too.
rolled out of our bed.
Oh,
Jesus
shoot.
Christ.
All right. Next question.
I've been objectified.
Bless if
Christian
all y'all
just
were
texted
making-
me.
Yeah, we gotta get going. We gotta finish these questions
Ben,
out.
make a video of you building a PC or something. What would shock people the most that you haven't watched? Mine would be Jaws. Mine would probably be Casablanca or like Citizen Kane. Like I haven't watched like those, best film of all time movies.
Bro.
I don't think
I
anything
like
that I
Casablanca,
haven't
man.
seen would shock anybody. So next.
Yeah.
I've never seen The Sound of Music. I think that would shock some people.
Oh.
I've also never seen The Sound of Music. That's a big one.
Maybe Ben and I should do a watch along.
Yeah.
The music. That'd be fun, John. That'd be fun.
Two dudes. Anyway, next.
Bibs in the chat. Ben, what the fuck? Sorlet Attenborough, what is y'all's favorite guilty pleasure movie? When I can't decide what to put on, I go with True Lies. I can't explain it, but I love the film. So good. Bless you, Ben. I think it's when I sneeze. Also, Chicago's opening a theater on the lake for people to watch on their boats. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It is awesome.
Guilty pleasure movie.
Mine's Wrath of Khan. That's absolutely a guilty pleasure.
But is that a
Every
guilty?
single time.
I don't think guilty.
that's
I don't
just
think.
a
that's-
movie.
I'm sorry. That's just a pleasure movie, comfort movie. Sorry, guilty
Yeah.
pleasure. A Million Ways to Die in the West. I can't explain something.
What?
I can't explain.
Oh.
I laugh my nuts off every time I watch that. Every time. The mustache song. Every time.
Bring It On. That's one of my favorites.
Bring it on. That's a good
Oh,
one.
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Almost
I'll
Heroes.
stick with
the last,
cheerleading. Almost Heroes? Okay, that's hilarious.
the last Farley starring vehicle. Love that movie.
Speaking of cheerleading movies, Fired Up. It was like about two guys that like want to hit on girls by becoming
Yeah,
cheerleaders.
yeah.
Oh.
It's
Remember
the
that one.
worst comedy
It's
ever,
hilarious.
but for some reason it's so funny.
Yeah. Unaccepted for me. Unaccepted.
Okay.
Or accepted. I think it's accepted.
Yeah, it's accepted. Yeah,
accepted.
that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Purple Pops. My favorite review for a movie ever is this: if you've ever swam in the ocean, then of course a pool seems deep. Can you guess what movie this was for?
No. No.
No.
idea.
Joker.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, if we swam in an ocean, of course this movie feels deep. Ugh, that's dumb. Anyway,
A
next.
pool feels. No, wait.
Eddie314. Hey guys, a bit of a random convo starter, but how would you incorporate the X-Men into the MCU? Casting opinions for Professor X or Magneto. You're all insanely awesome. Have a good one.
I like the theory that the Fantastic Four rocket somehow, or the spaceship somehow alters something in science or whatever that causes the mutants. Somebody put that theory out there. I like that idea.
I'm about that.
I like that thing we talked about the other day with Giancarlo Esposito being Magneto and maybe another black actor being Professor X. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dig it.
I just think like they've been hidden that like they're all younger, so they're not superheroes yet. They're all at the school, but they're not like using their powers for good yet, like for cause. So that's why they've been under the radar. 50 Shades of Geek. Breaking news: the Lando series will feature a de-aged Jake Cannavale as a young Toro Calican, who's just going to be there to say, "Hey Lando," every 5 minutes. Hey Brett, Shalom Kate, Hola Rocha, Sup RB3, greetings Bateman, and
Shalom.
Rookie of the Year Goddard.
Shalom,
Oh,
Manishma.
there you go.
I like, hey Lando.
Hey, Lando.
Sorlet Attenborough. Ray Fisher was the best part of Justice League. My biggest criticism of the film, besides the fact that it was a pile of trash, was that Cyborg's story wasn't explored more. Fuck that.
Yeah.
You should get a show on DC or HBO Max. Come on, WB, get it together.
I thought Ray Fisher was great as Cyborg. And
Yeah.
I think what's his face was trying to set that up really strongly, and so maybe we'll get more of that in the Justice League, the Zack Snyder one, and so maybe that'll spawn something either TV series wise or bring him back into the main canon.
Wow. And then RB3 about Jamie Foxx Bibbs in the chat. I just checked. There are 12 actors who have been nominated twice in the same year. 7 of them won.
Oh, wow.
So I can offhand think. I think Holly Hunter was nominated for The Firm and The Piano, and she won.
That's
I
right.
think Pacino was nominated for Glengarry Glen Ross and for Son of a Woman, and he won.
Okay.
Those are the 2 that immediately came to mind when I started thinking about it. But I don't know how. I mean, I think they're
I won
probably.
Oscar.
RB3's, I was gonna say, but RB3's point.
It's still a valid point.
I was gonna say, his point remains. He's
Jamie
in
Foxx
a
is 1 out of
special,
12 in the history of the Oscar.
Yeah,
in the history
it's
of
great.
cinema.
7 to actually win, which is
Yeah.
And I
one
would,
of 7
I would
actually.
almost guarantee there's never been a black actor who's done it.
Yeah.
I would.
Can you
be
imagine
shocked
getting
if there's
nominated
6 points.
twice and not winning either of them, though? Like, those 5 actors that didn't win either of them? That
Yeah.
would suck.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Sirlet Attenborough. Kate, I really enjoyed your impression on the new app. What is your favorite impression to do, and which was the most difficult to nail down?
My favorite is Brad Pitt. I don't know if you guys have seen my Brad Pitt. It truly looks like him. It's my best work.
Yeah.
Your Angelina Jolie was crazy.
Well, you just have to look around. I can't do her voice to save my life. Yeah, that's the one I think that would be hardest. Would be Angelina Jolie's voice. I just can't get it. It's just like not that distinctive a voice. But thank you, I appreciate it.
50
I like
Shades
that
of
one a
Geek.
lot.
I just came back from the mall, and someone there asked me about the Flirt and Flouse face mask. Too bad he couldn't see the smile on my face.
Aww.
Have you guys seen that? There was like a TikTok of like people like smiling after quarantine, and the girl was just like doing like she was just like, and then the mask comes off. She's like, she wasn't actually smiling, just doing her eyes.
That's funny.
A new guy with the Schmobot. See that guy over there. Hello, SEN crew. Hey, Rocha, if it helps, Peru competed in the 1994 Quidditch World Cup in the Goblet of Fire. Maybe make a sports series around Quidditch.
I'm down. I hate that they skipped over that in the movie in Goblet of Fire.
So
Quidditch
dumb.
Could have been awesome.
That was such
to
an
see that
awesome
World
chapter.
Cup. Right? That's why I hate that movie. That movie actually
They
isn't
skipped
as
over
good as
everything
people
in that
think.
book. They skipped over Winky the elf. They skip over everything in that book. They that.
And
whole
you
book
wonder
is-
why I don't like the movies. Like, they skip over so much stuff.
Yeah.
Bella,
that's great,
Kate is
yeah.
right. Bateman looks really hot today, and that shirt is doing it for me. And I'm a lesbian. but I'll do whatever he wants me to do.
This is why my point remains. It's not just women that get objectified in the Schmodown. Poor Ben Bateman does too.
Thanks, guys.
Here, I'll bring you back down to earth, Bateman. Your eyebrows. Malik Tarrant. RB3, have you seen Nick Cannon's Wild and Out?
Oh yeah, I love Wild. I love the show Wild and Out. I don't condone Nick Cannon's Wild and Out. You know what I mean?
Almost got you, RB3.
You almost got me. You almost got me.
He almost did it. He almost
It's
did
a trap.
He almost did a Delphi Bloods. You almost stepped on that mine. You almost stepped on
Yeah,
that mine.
I got my foot on it. But I'm staying still. I'm staying still.
Rope around you. And yank you off
Don't
that
even
thing.
breathe right now, RB3. Tim Sim, have a 69th nice birthday, Mrs. Sheridan.
Nice.
Red Wolf, John and Ben, I just want to say thank you for the breakup advice. It's been extremely rough, but you guys helped me keep my head on straight.
Nice.
Keep doing your thing. Moment to moment, man.
Yep. Tim Sim, just to be sure, did EA say anything about Star Wars Squadrons having microtransactions or not? It's because most people I talk to hate EA for microtransactions. I saw this one come in, and I think someone responded to it that there wasn't going to be, but that was the problem, is that like EA was like, okay, you can either buy these levels like immediately, or you can play 40 hours and then get the same levels. It's like, oh well, so it was basically like just like saying buy the levels and don't play the game. Basement Lounge, I want Arby's 3 laugh as a ringtone. That'd be a good one.
Joey
Well, it's available now on the Skybound shop.
Yeah.
You can buy RB3.
Yeah. He's theme music and RB3's laugh.
Love it.
Joey Moda, Bateman, you were that bro who played his game-breaking Odd Job 24/7, weren't you?
I know. I never did the odd job thing. I didn't do the odd job thing. I didn't like to do the ducking. It wasn't my favorite.
Why was
just
Odd
like-
Job short in the game? Like, he's a normal-sized person in Goldfinger. Like, I
Yes,
never
it was
understood
weird.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spunkus. Whenever I hear Greyhound, I'm sorry, I think of buses.
Yeah.
I do too.
True.
Yeah.
True.
JB Snooze. Biff voice. Hey Brett, say hi to your mom for me. The Basement Lounge. A Million Ways to Die in the West makes me laugh my cojones off too, Rocha.
Oh.
Yeah,
You're not alone.
Yeah, it's a funny one.
Then they have Django in it too.
And there is such thing as guilty pleasure movies. It's okay to have guilty pleasure movies. It's not a denigrating thing. It doesn't mean that people can make fun of you. Everyone likes to have those movies that they feel guilty liking. It's okay. It's kind of a fun club to be a part of. I don't know why people want to take that term away. It's crazy to me. I like it.
Carly Brown. Fun fact, a lot of Latinos hate each other. Okay.
This is not wrong. Between
no, there's more.
Country.
Carly breaks it down. Guatemalans hate Mexicans. Colombians and Venezuelans hate each other, and everyone hates Argentina. Although Latinos are always pretty close united when it comes to those living in the U.S.
True.
You started off that hot.
I know one Latino hates another. I mean, we
Hector!
Got a bunch of schmobots from you guys. Thank you so much. And then Trash Panda with these last two. I wonder how long it will take before Glover can shoot a Lando series, considering he was filming and writing season 3 and 4 of Atlanta back to back. Wow. I can't wait for Atlanta season 3 and 4. I love that show.
Maybe that is what's gonna help him do the Lando series, that he's doing season 3 and 4 back to back, so he could just focus fully on Lando.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the plan. I don't know.
So was it? I read. I didn't see. Are you guys just wanting him to write Lando, or was that part of the thing? I didn't see that he was writing it, or do you guys just want him to write it?
That's just a speculative desire on my end. I mean, I just think I think he's proven that he's every bit a writer as he is an actor, as he is a performer. So.
Well, let's take it from rumor to actuality, and then we'll worry about who's writing, who's show running. But certainly, I think you're absolutely right, Kate, and RB. Like in terms of fantasy wanting it, he'd be great as a showrunner and head writer on it. Yeah.
For sure. Trash Panda, shout out to Bibbs in the chat. Let's get him back on SEN soon. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bibbs.
And that is it for everything, guys. Unless oh wait, I just got a super chat from. We do have that impression. We're gonna end the show on that. And then I got a super chat right here from Alan David. Ben, sorry for making you sore after last night. It's not what you think.
Whoa.
Also, Rocha can't retire until he wins IG or takes a lower-ranked team to a championship. You're LeBron to Dan's MJ. That's not true at all.
That's not true.
Oh, no!
No.
Wow.
I'm not LeBron. No.
Wow.
And also, LeBron dragged the Cleveland Cavaliers to 8 finals in a row.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And LeBron had Kyrie and Kevin Love. That was not some kind of scrub team they won the championship with. So,
and Michael Jordan also had Rodman and Scottie Pippen.
What up to now?
So let's do that impression. Oh, Pac-Man Dwayne. Here's a short list
last
of
I
guilty
checked,
pleasures.
Dan hasn't carried us to anything yet. So,
Oh wow. Interfaction beef.
Break it up. Break it up.
We haven't won a title yet this year. If we win the title by the end of the year, then we'll have all be a part of that team. That's cool.
By the way, Rocha,
Season 7 of SCN, The Last Dance for the Finstock Exchange.
So that guy stood in the super chat, and I just had to drop 30 on him.
I wish people would make up their mind. Am I MJ motivated or am I LeBron? Make up your minds, for God's sakes. Anyway.
tell you what, Rocha, if you're MJ motivated, you'll come to the den next season.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, Kate, you calm down over there. You stop trying to recruit our players.
I'm so excited to see what happens. That Dagnino can only keep 3 of you. I'm so excited to see that drama unfold.
That goes all the way around. I'm going to love Kate going insane about which 3 she wants to keep. She's a mama bear. Letting 7 of her pups go is going to drive her insane.
Well, then I'll snatch them back up in the draft. You're right. You're not wrong. It's gonna be agonizing.
Yeah.
I want those phone calls to be recorded. That's the thing I told Christian. I was like, when managers have to let their players know, hey, we're letting you go. That's like a conversation I need to see. It's so.
You guys could see this. You guys could see it now. You guys could see it now. Brett. Brett.
Oh no.
Brett, you're being let go.
But
Yeah.
why? No,
'Cause
I
they can
understand
only
why
have
completely.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like that thing. All right, we gotta run. We gotta end the show, man. Are we good?
Yeah,
to go?
last one from Pac-Man Dwayne. Here's a short list of guilty pleasure movies: Blue Streak, Black Knight, Enough with J-Lo, Demolition Man, and the Rugrats movie.
Hey.
Yeah.
Enough with J-Lo is
Pac-Man
good.
Dwayne.
I like Enough. All right, Brett, give us Drunk Brett wishing Mama Sheridan happy 69th nice
Which is
birthday.
something she'd love nothing more than me to call her drunk to wish her. But, and Mama, I called your cell on accident. I'll call the home phone. Just a second. All right. She hates when I call her on her cell in her house. She likes a landline. Yeah. No, it's me again. Mama, it's your birthday, right? Okay. Thank God I forgot last year. I love you so much. You've always been there for me. You've always told me that I can do whatever I want in life and chase my dreams. And maybe you shouldn't have told me that, but I'm glad you did sometimes. But sometimes I wish you had told me to be a doctor. But I just love you so much, and I have one thing to say to you. Can you pick me up? I'm in jail. I love you, Mom.
That's
Happy
awesome.
birthday,
Happy
Julie
birthday,
Sheridan.
Julie.
Julie. That's awesome.
All right,
Birthday.
RB3, hit the music there, brother.
Let's go. Yeah?
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us here live on another episode of SEN Live on this lovely Wednesday morning. Hope we entertained you. Hope we picked up your spirits and got you going on with your day, or ended your day, or got you even more motivated in the middle of your day to finish out your day. That's fantastic stuff we get to do. It's our opportunity and our blessing and our honor to do so. Thanks to Brett Sheridan. Happy birthday to Julie Sheridan. Thanks to Ben Bateman, Ben Goddard, RB3, Kate Mulligan, and the whole crew for being here. Thanks to all of you all for your Streamlabs, your Super Chats, and your Schmobots. We appreciate it madly. Don't forget, after this show ends, we're there. The Schmoed Entertainment Network is going to upload Irwin versus Merle 1. Ethan Irwin versus Dan Merle 1, one of the most epic Schmoed matches you're ever going to watch. So if you want to see who I might be going up, or I'm going up against here, you can take a look and watch that as well. And of course, at 2 p.m., we'll be doing Di Malanta versus Molly Damon. Di Malanta versus Molly Damon. That'll air at 2 p.m. as well. And don't forget at 3 p.m. to come to the Outlaw Nation channel, where I interview Christian Harloff for a couple of hours live. So you'll be able to come in with your Super Chats and your Streamlabs there as well. All right, much love to everybody. Have a great Wednesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow for another brand new episode of SEN Live.